Subscribe now.
And we are live. And today we have a very special person. First of all, he's a friend for me. I ride with him. We have two events. We have invite me to come to his country, and he's a very special person from the community in UK and lots of countries. He's a very active rider, and in Facebook, in Instagram. If you have the chance, I'm going to leave all the links that you have here. His Facebook, you're going to have his YouTube channel. If you have the chance, subscribe, give a like. You have lots of content all the time. You have his Instagram, and then we're going to see it later. Everything for that, we can talk a little more. If you have questions or something like that, you can put it there later. We're going to answer to you all. If you have the chance, we're going to check all the questions. If we see that is one question we don't answer before, then we're going to be with pleasure answering you. First of all, I want to say hello, Tom. Thank you.
Hello, Nelson. Always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to this. We're just going to have this is not an interview. This is just a catch up for two friends, isn't it? That's why it's good.
But today is a special day for you, my friend. It's like we're going to talk not with Carl, we're going to talk with Tom, the person, the rider. And you are a person that I want to say hello to Amar. Is there?
He's in there. There he is.
Amar,
he's now flying on YouTube now. I've been telling him for a long time. Keep going, Nelson. Keep going, Amar. Now he's going for it.
And I just want to say hello to everybody who's coming and who's going to see later the YouTube channel. I want to say hello to Casey. Is there, and I want to say just if you have any questions, please just put it there for us. So the first question, like always, my friend, for the person who don't know you and maybe wants to see it, how this electro sport started with you?
So in regards to how it started for me, I used to watch about 2-3 years ago at this point. I watched a series called Unbox Therapy, and basically it's a guy who just unboxed random stuff, technology and whatnot, and then he unboxed the Evolve Carbon GT, and I thought that's really cool, like an electric skateboard. I've always been something a bit novel, something a bit weird. I used to be into like basketball and breakdancing, weird stuff like that. So I was looking for that new kind of fix when I was working up in London. That's really cool. And then it was the price, and I was like, damn, that's expensive. And I'm like, I'm not buying that. And basically a year went on, but I was looking at it and I was rationalizing, should I get one? Should I not get one? Anyway, a year passed, and then Evolve finally released a GTX series. And I thought now's the time to give it a try, because I like wood material, like that natural look. And so I thought the GTX would be the one to get. So basically a year later, debating with the legalization, and is it something I'm buying for fun, or is it something I'm buying which I would use? Because you tell a complete stranger that my electric skateboard's worth more than £1,000, you're like, that's ridiculous. So a year later, I bought one, and I, like everyone, when I first went on my GTX for the first time, my toes were like this, like holding on, like eagle's feet on top of my board, trying to hold on. I thought, oh, I'm not sure if I made the right choice. And then basically after a few weeks of my addiction with learning new skills, I fell in love with ESK8. And then I looked at online, any groups, basically like look online. And then I saw that Carve, this group, had a Christmas party about 3 years ago. And I went there with my GTX thinking, this is a pretty good board. You know what I mean? This is brand new. I've only had it for a couple of weeks. I'm going to go to a group ride in London. And I tell you, riding in London with 3 weeks experience is terrifying. But I thought, I'm going to go. So I'm like riding, my feet are doing this as I'm riding along in London. And I met up with Tim Wood and Billy from the Carve group. And I was like, extremely welcoming, a group of strangers with this really niche kind of community of ESK8. And I thought, I love this. This is great. We're all dressing up as Santa's outfits. I think Tim's actually got the footage somewhere of the first ever ride I ever went with. And I met Tim, I met Billy, and then I went from there. And then I managed up. I thought, while I'm here, I need to get some guys' contact details because I love this. This is great. And then I took Billy's number, and then he said he was coming to Southend, which I'm in Essex in the UK. This is where I'm from. So then he came down, and then I met someone called Kevin Dark, who turned out to be one of my best mates now, full stop, beyond ESK8. And we kind of developed a relationship. And as I became more and more involved, the addiction of meeting people and growing the sport and that kind of freedom that you have from riding electric vehicles just becomes so hungry for me. And that's what kind of started. But so it took me a whole year, which I look back on, I tell everyone, I wasted a year before I started riding. So if you think you should, just do it. Honestly, it's just the community can be hostile, but the freedom you have and the people you meet, like yourself, like Billy or Amar, for example, or Kevin, these lovely people I've met throughout my life have enriched my life. So it's just an absolute joy every day. I get on a board every single time.
Yeah, that is very good, my friend. And how was the sensation the first time you touch a electro device? Like
I thought, what is this magic? I'm getting on this wooden table that moves with this little trigger, and I'm like, what is this? A wizardry? And I never skated. I learned on e-skate. A lot of people say you should skate beforehand, and I went from there. I used to inline. I used to aggressive inlining, so like skate per foot, 4 wheels in a straight line, not the block ones, not the disco ones. But I used to ride all the time doing that when I was younger, and then I tried skateboarding on e-skate, and that's how I learned. So a lot of I seem to find the people I talk to, because the average age is 30 or more, let's be honest. They said I used to skate when I was younger, and this has given me that rush to get back into it. And I started on e-skate, and I've actually gone backwards. You know, I've bought manual e-skates now, and now I go kick push on my own. And I'm going backwards now. I've learned the e-skate, and same thing I used to do when I used to do my dancing. You go back to the roots. You know, we look at the longboarders who are doing the dancing. We look at the downhill boarders doing the speed, and what can we take from these communities to make us in this growing community better? So that's why I kind of got into it.
Yeah, and when you started, my friend, the Involve was like the perfect board for you before you start to find another one.
I was lucky. I was lucky. The Evolve board as a company, I think recently, I'll be honest with you, I've seen the community recently slating Evolve board, which is totally unnecessary. If you can tell me a company that isn't Evolve, who are creating a product which has, obviously Evolve has a price, they do, because they have to pay for staff, they have to pay for innovations, they have to pay for the upkeep. I have gone through at least 8-9 motors and 2 motor controllers and other little bits, and what have they done? They've just replaced it. No questions asked, they've just dealt with it. And if you can tell me another company that does that easily, what you want is to buy a board introductory and give you the confidence that you'll be looked after. And I don't know another company which can give you that confidence in it. So for me, Evolve is the perfect first board for anyone, because they are international, they're everywhere. For me, if I have something going wrong, I can drive to London. So for me, I'm lucky, it's an hour's drive away. I know the guys there personally, they look after me, they look after everyone, not just me, everyone in the community, and they will sort you out. That's invaluable. So, and that's what I can see.
Yeah, of course. Involved, you have the guarantee of one. I don't know how that works in UK. Here in Europe now, because you are separate from Europe. Because before in Europe is not the companies who give you the 2 years guarantee. That is automatic from European laws. That is not, because I know in America is different. In America, you just have 1 year, and here in Europe was 2 years, 1 year battery, and 2 years of the board. In UK, is the same or is it different now?
I tell you what is Evolve. I think they are more than fair. I think if they have, I think warranty is one thing. Legalization in regards to what legislation they have to say, what they have to do by law is one thing. The guys, I don't know about internationally, but in UK, if you come there as a buyer and 2 months later, 3 months later, short window, if something goes wrong, you have the confidence to know that will sort you out. That's the most important thing. And if it happens again repeatedly, like we know guys in the community, like I'm gonna shout them out, like Darren Monday, who's one of the best sliders I've ever met. He destroys his Evolve all day, every day. He has. I've seen it. I stayed at his house in Brighton in the UK, and he's got a dustbin like this full of parts that he destroys. He buys wheels and they last 2 rides because he slides them, but he pays for it. And
Yep.
like in the UK, if you are known to be a responsible, safe rider, they'll look after you. And it's like anything. This is a very strange product. It's not like a computer or a sofa or anything small where if it goes wrong, they'll look after you. These are like cars. If you buy a car from Ford and they sort you out, it's very important that you have the confidence to look after you. And that's what they do. And I can't rate them enough for that. They've looked after me. I have paid for stuff, but I've gone through like 5, 7 motors because I ride every day. Every day I ride. See, so what can you ask more from a first Ford? As a company, it's a first Ford. The support. It is one thing people doesn't miss is they look at it does 1,000 miles and it goes 100 miles an hour, but the support and the confidence they get you.
Yeah.
You're buying something extremely expensive. They give the confidence that it's fine.
Yeah, okay. The guys, they are all fantastic. The guys do you have in UK, they are brilliant persons. The team there, what you have there, they are. I think they are amazing. You cannot say nothing. You have a perfect team who's going to take care of you. And
I think with them, it's they're fair. That's the most important thing. They're fair. They're not just good. They're fair, which is important as a business sense. They don't just sort you out. They look after the company because it's their job at the end of the day. But they're fair. That's the most important thing.
So, guys, first of all, I just want to say before we go more with Tom, there's lots of talk more. Well, Tom is a guy who have lots of things we can talk, and I know Tom that is easy for me to speak with him. Sometimes to other guys we cannot ask everything you want, but today is a special day. First of all, Tom. Take care of us, and we have lots of people here coming to see him. We have you asked the Queen of Australia is here. Good morning for Australia. You have the Mark, you have the A board 3R, you have the team, you have the Ignar, the Casey. I told it before. You have lots of persons coming now. Is starting in a moment. I want to thank everybody at the ESK8, that is the Amar. I want to thank everybody who comes to the live to see team. I just want to say something that is very important. I was lots of weeks, 2 months working with this to happen, and it's going to happen, start to happen. We're going to have this let's talk global to the mobility, micro mobility legalization. We have lots of guys from different countries of the world coming here. I know lots of you know that. One of them is Ricardo, is from the CAV UK, and the other guys here, you have it from Holland, you have from Germany, you have from Austria, you have from America, Belgium, and you have from Austria. Normally it was to be 11 persons, but I think that is too much. Then we're going to make every month like a talk from this, and we're going to try to reach all of us to start to work together to make this legalization. I think we're going to try to do everything we can to put this working. One of the guys here is the guy from Belgium. He's legal there, and he's going to help us giving an idea how that works in Belgium. That is Leo. That is from the Belgic Wheelers.
We've been there. You, me, we've been there. We represent in Brussels, didn't we?
Yes.
Mobility.
Yes, that is the point. If you have the chance in 27 of March, that is a Saturday evening on 10 o'clock, because it was the difficult because of the hours to put everybody together. And we have it, all of them. It's going to be a person here for trails that Tom work with him too, because we're having lots of problems with trails. We cannot enjoy it without electric device. Lots of persons are complaining. In Germany is now again not legal anymore to ride it. Before you couldn't, that made with the bikes. Now is illegal too with bikes too. You cannot go trails. that is, and Germany is everything now is closed.
Shut down, closed.
Yes, it's because the people complain that saying that the guys with a bikes they are destroying the trails, and they don't respect the persons who are walking and everything. That's why I think that is an important subject. I think Tom is with me together with the electro trails riders. That is a group for guys who are going trails. We're going to talk about that too. But if you have the chance, guys, come to this and make your questions. Help us to try to make a petition, because this guy from Hector from Netherlands is making a big petition. The guy Lars from Germany is together with him, and we hope that Ricardo going to come too. And then we have a guy from Parliament from Australia there, and a guy from Austria is going to be. They're working with the government, and they're going to try to explain us the best ways for us to do it. And then we have the Derek is a guy from Trailers, and every month we're going to have different guys here. And I'm sorry, and then you have Leo that in I was in Brussels with Tom and Leo in Belgium. You can ride it, you can do everything. That is a country you can look and say, okay, maybe why don't we do like them? And we're going to have freedom to ride. That is just what I want to say. If you have the chance, come in this in 2 weeks, Saturday, and help us and make your questions and help the community. Now, to the point, I want to say thank you so much for everybody. Now, we're going to the next question. And then when you started with the Involve is a fantastic board to carve. You are a guy who likes to dance in your boards. I know that. You have the skills. I know that, and that's why I want to show it something here.
What did you find?
Yeah, I just want to show something. It's
Can I
like,
just say one thing, Nelson, while you're finding that? In
yeah,
regards to
I have
legalization,
everything.
I think one thing I say about the legalization thing is we look at the people who are trying to make a movement, but for people who are watching today, it's about you. It's your individual experiences with the community, not like the skate community, the public. And if you come out and you, for example, I've taken a hit. We all have to take a hit. If you have police or whoever, the public, angry people, you have to be patient, you have to take the time, and you have to have the opportunity to be almost prosecuted. It sounds awful, but like I had an incident in my town about 3 months ago. I was riding along the road, a police stopped me, and what I did was stopped. I calmly stopped and I talked to the officer who was enforcing the law that they've been given. And I said about, I'm wearing protective equipment, I'm wearing a helmet, I'm wearing lights, everything I'm doing is to protect people on the road and the public. So every single person who's watching this stream, you need to realize it's all well and good. We have these people who are fighting for legalization, but it's down to you guys at the end of the day. If you have someone who is challenging what you're doing, you're being reckless, you're being dangerous, educate them. What are you doing to protect that person? Are you riding with lights? Are you wearing a reflective jacket? Are you wearing a helmet? Are you being respectful to the public when you ride on the pavement? Are you riding by the road laws when you're riding on the road? You guys are the front line of what we're doing about making sure that this is legal. It's only going to be legal, but it takes one of us, one person, to have a major incident to shut this all down. So every single person has a responsibility to be safe, respectful with the community, not just the skate community, but everybody in that community to be safe and show the difference. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, but you have to think like this. We're not going to go to this matter today. Today is the Tom interview, but I'm going to say it like this. Like Tom said, the laws in UK is okay for you guys. Is perfect, but you have
it's
to.
Only just. We're only just.
Yes. Yes, in a moment is like nobody's watching so much, but like in Germany, you don't need to talk with the police. The police is going to take your board, and you're going to have a big fine. Yeah, you're going to lose your board. That's why or not in Germany. Forget Germany. If you go to Holland, that is the same thing. Netherlands.
Yeah.
Then I'm just telling. I know that in America, the guys I speak, there are lots of states who want to close it, make it close. They don't want it no more because of the videos out there and the outlaws, the guys who think they are very funny with these videos in these groups, and that is going to they're going to pay for that. And it's not they who's going to pay us, the guys who
Exactly.
love this
If you
sport.
love this sport as much as we
Yeah,
do, you
yeah.
have the responsibility to protect what you love. That's all
But
it
guys,
is.
forget it.
Anyway,
That
that's
is
all it is.
forget it. That Tom, you're not going to win with that because the people there they are not going to look to you or to me or the guys here. They're going to look to the guys who make shit. That is the right word, and they're going to use these guys to say, okay, that these guys represent not they're not going to put us, they're going to put these guys, and that is very bad for us. And when you have a law that say no, you cannot have it, then the police is going to give you lots of fines. I know that, but
Yeah.
we leave it that for the 27. I try to bring everybody, and I have for the other months close to everybody too, and I hope that we can come to a big team, a big table around the world, and we
Together we
start.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah,
Together
but
we work
in the
together.
back, not anymore like interviews, but in the back we can work all together and try to create something big. That way, we're going to do it something very special for the community. And now, continue, my friend.
Yeah.
You are a person that loves to dance in your board. Uh,
Mm.
in the beginning, when you start to do that, was easy, was difficult? How many time did it take for you to do it? What you can recommend for the guys who want to do it?
So I'm gonna make. I'm always my girlfriend has advised me the right things to do. We work together as a team, and she's saying to her I should do a beginner's guide to E-skate dancing and stuff like that. And for me, I was a dancer before. I used to do break dancing. That's where the B-boy comes from. And for me, riding in a straight line could be any more infuriating. Even now, I've moved to the beach recently, and it's a straight line all along the beach. Lovely. However, it's a straight line. I've gone from the city where it's all little turns everywhere to a straight line. So now I'm trying to evolve what I'm doing now to a different style. So like I've learned from being in a really small space, doing really tight turns to being in an open space. And I think one thing I from my dancing history, it was always afraid of failure, I think, unnecessarily. If, for example, you're doing something perfect, you're not challenging yourself enough. So that's why I go to doing like longboard dancing and squatting down on a board, maybe sliding, whatever it is, to improve my control over the board and expand my creativity. Nothing like I don't ride in a straight line. It's a good example. I was watching one of Tim Wood's videos, and he did a hyperlapse where it's a really long video crushed into a really small video, sped up, and you watch everyone down this line going straight line on this really small path going straight line, and then there's me doing this, and then when the video speeds up, it goes because I don't ride in straight lines because I love the surfy feel, and that's what for me when I ride that's why I still haven't evolved. It's the only reason I have evolved because that surf feeling. It's we can have these boards that do stupid speeds, which is great. It's a different ride, and people forget this. It's why do like for example my XR. I love my XR at the moment. That's so surfy. It is floaty, what they say, and it's the ride feeling. And I think people get obsessed with speed unnecessarily. With speed comes risk, which comes danger, which you and me have both faced. We've both ridden boards to the highest of our ability and paid for it. We've had the
Mhm.
accidents and we've had to recover from it. But I challenge the people watching today, instead of riding as quickly as you can, ride as technical as you can. Ride, try riding different stances. Try riding, moving your feet, because I seem to find the thing is, it's for example, if I said to a driver of a car, get behind the car and put your foot down as hard as you can. Are you a good driver? But if you can learn to control what you're riding, it will make you much more relaxed. You enjoy the ride so much more, and you'll have more creative freedom. And I think that's the most important thing. Where we have to be mature with this. I don't sit on my faster boards and go as quickly as I can. Like for example, like I said, I've just moved to the coast and I took my tramper out because that's the fastest board I have at the moment. Instead of going as quickly as I can, I'm trying to do jumps. I'm trying to change the way I ride, because it's not all about who's the best at pulling a trigger. No, who's the best at finding the creativity of what you're riding all the time.
Yeah, and then when you start with the Evolve, why do you try to change? What was the reason for you to say, okay, I know that you buy Lacroix?
Oh, well, different board. My next board was another Evolve. It was a GT1, which was my street board. And then my first different board was it was a Lacroix. I think it was a Lacroix. I know what it was. It was the Lacroix. Nazale, yeah. That was my first higher end board. I went to, once again, an Evolve event where they're helping the community. Went to Evolve and I met a guy called John Goff, and he had a Evolve Nazare, and it was really funny. It's an Olympic cycle track, which is, in my opinion, the one place in the UK where you can literally open up your board to its maximum ability. It's a racetrack for electric boards, where you go on the smoothest tarmac in the world as fast as you want to go, as fast as your adrenaline will take it. That was a special day. I was like a child on Christmas. I was like, woohoo! I say I was so excited about it, because you don't realize how big this thing is. You have no idea. I was like a kid at Christmas. This thing is ridiculously expensive. It is. I couldn't tell me 3 years ago you'd be spending this money on a piece of wood with batteries in it. But I rode his Nazare, and I was on this track, and I was going along, and I think in the third person sometimes about how I perceive myself, how I show myself. And I was riding on this track going, yeah! And I was like riding this thing as quickly as it could. And I was like, yeah! It was so much fun.
How many persons had the Nazare or the Lone Star?
This is the thing, right? I'm not saying I'm the one to influence, but I share the love and experience of what I have, and I tell people. For example, I don't know. I know this is what I said to you about you. When I have a board, it's not just my board; it's everyone's board. For example, like this board, you've ridden this board. This is everyone's board. You come to UK, and I said, "Don't worry, Nelson, you're riding my board." We look after each other. And for example, someone gave me the gift of riding the Lacroix, and gave me that. I love to ride this board. So when I rode it, when you came to UK, you rode my board. You rode my board because we shared this passion. Yeah. And so it's
in time when you started, that was like just you and John, maybe.
When I started, it was me and well, just me, really. It was just me. When I started, it was only me and
not John.
John, I only met John twice. One, I tell you why. I was looking at Lacroix.
But John, don't forget that John was with a prototype before.
Huh? I've never seen him with that board. Yeah, I'm gonna get that board one day. I tell you, I'm gonna get that board one day. Not necessarily his board. I'm getting that board.
I just want to say hello to John. I hope that his daughter is good again, and
I always phone him up from having.
And I hope that everything is going to come here this month too. Team is going to come here. Lots of guys is going to come in a moment. I'm full of persons, but the important thing they're going to come. I just want to say hello to the guys of Australia. I think they are good morning. They are waking now, and we are going to the end of the night, and they are waking. And for Scott, I want to say for Jimmy, thank you for coming, my friend, and for all.
That guy has no fear. That man has no fear.
And then the Mort too. Thank you, the tech too. There, everybody who come here to see Tom. Okay, but when you see the Lacroix and you make the unboxing, was you expecting so different a board from your board, from the Evolve? Because
I knew it was going to be a different board. I knew it was going to be a completely different board. What it was for me is I was expecting a board to get on and have that. I don't think about anything but the ride. I'm not thinking about how much charge I got left. Think about, I'm going to run out of charge and what I'm doing. I want to get on this board and I want to think. I tell you what, BioBoys is the best example. Marcus, is it Marcus from BioBoys? He said the best point, which is the board shouldn't be your limit. You should be your limit. So, for example, I ride. I don't have a limit when I ride. I've never once gotten the board and gone, I'm tired of riding my board. I want to stop. I've never once had that. So, for example, I wanted a board where I got on it and I never stopped riding. So that's why I spent a ridiculous amount of money on an electric skateboard, because I wanted to get on it and think I'm never going to find the end. I've never found the end of Le Croix, ever. I've never held on the trigger long enough to go, I'm at the top speed. I touch it and then I clench and then I let go because I'm so scared of how power it has. It's the same thing on the tramper. I want to get on the board and I want to be my limit. I want to ride and enjoy the thing.
There. We are now in this point, and I want to mix it because I have everything prepared. I want to show the beautiful thing you do in your tramper. But my friend, when you buy this board, do you see that you made a mistake not buying the Lone Star?
Not at the time. Not at the time. It's the same reason why I said about the one more pint. You can't, like, for example, the reason why I didn't buy the Lone Star straight away and I bought it later is I looked at Nazare and it was this elegant, beautiful design, very smooth, very thin enclosure, but very wide, but very thin enclosure, and really sexy. I looked at Lone Star and it's like I've attached a box to a bottom of a skateboard. And I thought to myself, I would never need more than 30 miles range. I'm never going to hit that. And then I met Jamie and Christian and other Le Croix riders where how much charge do I have left? It doesn't matter. That's the difference. And to be honest, human beings, normal people, 30 miles is plenty, absolutely plenty. But you tell me, when you're with a group of passionate people like myself, like you, and other riders, get on a board and think, it doesn't matter what you do because you're never running out of charge and you can ride as quickly as you can stomach. That's the difference. It's never, my Manzari was never an issue. It was never an issue. But when I get on the Lone Star, whatever it is, you never think, am I going to need my charger? I give an example. I got my Nazari when me and my partner started meeting up and we started hanging out. I stayed at hers during the pandemic the first year. And I took my Nazari and I went to visit my home, which was about 10 miles, 15 miles away. And I rode my Le Croix and I said to my girlfriend, I said, do you reckon I might need my charger just to be safe? And she went, no, you'll be absolutely fine. And I said, it's absolutely, it's not an issue. So I rode the Lone Star to where she lives on the coast, all the way to where I lived and back again, which was like a 25-mile ride. And I still had 3 bars on my board. And I thought, there's no other board on the market right now that can give you that amount of confidence in your board.
Yeah, but then when you I know you in the time that you have the Nazare, and then you change for the Lone Star. And what was the sensation?
Do you know what? It's interesting. The difference between the Nazare versus the Lone Star is the weight of the Lone Star. It gives you more stability on your board. So because it's heavier, I feel at higher speeds, because the weight is lower, it feels more stable. But the Lone Star is just, what it is you don't need a charge. You do not need the charger. You just go. You just go forever. And
you need an extra tire.
Yeah, the only thing I carry is an extra tire. But, to be honest, you can just ride. It's just a feeling of riding without thinking. Tom, that's a special thing.
Tom, you have to think like this. That's why I ask you this, because of the guys who maybe are interested to buy Nazare or a Lone Star. You have the privilege to have the two of them. For you,
If I had to say someone first, my question to you is: I had a dream. I generally have a dream, which is I want to ride. I want to break the world record on a single ride on an electric skateboard. I had that dream. I've said it to a few people. I want to ride from north. I think the record at the moment is about 500-ish miles, about 1,000 kilometers. I can't remember the difference. It's 1,000
I think
kilometers.
the record in the moment is 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, I'm going to beat
guys.
that. I'm going to beat
That is like you go from one side of Portugal to the other side. You have the 1,100 kilometers. You have made it. It's a small country.
Yeah, it's fine. You can show me your home, Nelson. We'll do the Portugal.
Don't worry. If you come to Portugal, my friend, I can tell you. When you come back, you'd say I'm 10 kilos more because you eat all the time and drink. It's like you don't have no chance. But
to be honest, the Lacroix Nazare is a beautiful board. It is a good weight. It is beautiful, but if you're doing a long ride, you may need the charger. With the Lone Star, you will not need the charger. You will definitely not need the charger. And for example, like a good example of that is when I go with the Lacroix guys that we've worked with in the community where I'm at now, we go for another ride while people are charging. We can do that. However, I tell you one thing, right? I'm going to say this now. Every Lacroix owner I've known in the UK has never once compared their board to another rider. All they've done is gone, this is the board for me. It may not be right for you, but for me, this is the board I love. And I think it's disappointing where we are now in the point where some people isolate themselves and say to them, my board's better than this or whatever. You should just be thankful there's another rider. There's another person out there who's riding the Shona passion with you.
Yeah, but okay, my friend, you know that is YouTube, Instagram, all the platforms is very difficult, and there is guys that are very strict to his companies. You have like we're going to talk about a friend of us. Is now you have Amar, who's a big fan of Involve, and today he's with X-Way, and I think he's loving it. And that's why I tell.
Amar is a very passionate, loyal person. Whatever he's with them 100%, and there's no compromise, which is respectful for what he's doing.
Yeah, that's why we have to think always like this. Sometimes our opinions, we have to watch it because I was last week I make an interview in German with the Involve guy who started selling Involve in Europe, and he's a friend for me. And in the end of the interview, one guy called me and say, "Oh, I was thinking you be a big fan from Lacroix. Then you say you love Involve." And I said to him, "Yes, I like Involve. I love Involve. I have 6 boards of Involve, and why not? Do I have just to like?"
To be honest, Anton, you're a good example for the Evolve brand, because I know, for example, and I'm going to say we're open platform, we talk about anything on this stream, which you've said many times, is you had an interesting experience with Evolve in Germany. However, you still love the board and you still say what it's done for you personally. And it's the same thing. It's like if it wasn't for certain brands doing certain things, there wouldn't be riders like me, you, or whoever doing things, because these first initial companies who are the foundation of this community.
I say to this for the last time, maybe I'm going to say this 1,000 times. I'm going to say like you. I buy my products like you buy your products. Nobody give us nothing. We have to work to receive our products. I'm very proud to have my products. Then I can say whatever I want. I don't have nothing with Jeff. I don't have nothing with Alex. I don't have nothing with Ted from Trump. I don't have nothing with Ernesto. I don't have nothing with nobody. I have lots of problems with Jeff. Last 2 days, 2 months, 1 month, I was with a big problem with Jeff, and not the problem. I say my mind, and I don't have no problems to say that. It's like everybody's.
But that's the difference, Nelson. That is 100% the difference. You will express, and I have done it as well. I've spoken to I've spoken to Ted. I've spoken to, like I said, I always say I'm lucky and I am fortunate where I can talk to these people. And I spoke when Jeff came over to UK Open to do the go-kart Ted. I said, I really love this. I think this is terrible. This is awful. And then what happens? I'm not saying I'm part of it, but I speak freely and I'm honestly, I'm not going to kiss your ass and tell you how good your board is, but I tell you what this board has done for me, and I love this board. However, these things need to be improved. People don't want to know how good they are. Feedback is important. And like you and me, we buy our products ourselves. We've never been given anything. So we can say openly, what this is one people like you must have this all the time, same as me. What board should I buy? No. You tell me what you want the board to do, and I'll tell you the one you should buy every time.
I can give my idea like everybody. I respect your idea. I respect the ideas. I asked you the first time I was in UK, and I asked you, Tom, can you tell? I asked to John the first time I see the Lacroix was with John in Paris, and I said to John, "Hey John, can I try it?" And say, "Of course you can try it, but easy. I don't like to give my board to anyone." And I respect it because it's very expensive. And the next time I talk with you, you say, "Nelson, be careful because that is not a board I like to give to anyone." And I just write it in end of the evening because I was not sure that can happen something. And I understand everybody. Sometimes the people don't understand that is a different board that is not involved. That is a machine.
This is a monster.
And
that's kick your ass.
Yes, you have to have experience, and sometimes the people don't understand that. And my opinion, if I don't like X-Way or if I don't like Involve, that is my opinion. I'm going to respect your opinion. If you the other guy likes, I think like today the Kelly board is sign a machine. But now is just in one picture. I don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
We don't know. You haven't tried it. You can't say something's good or bad until you try it. For example, and that's the most important thing. One thing I learned, Nelson, from the dancing community is always be a student. You always have something to learn. You know, you may be the master of this. Like, for example, like I can do my dancing, which is great. It's fun. I'm not the best rider in the world. I'm not. But what I can do is be respectful, and there's always something to learn. You can always be told something to improve your ability. So always be willing to learn, 100%.
I just want to correct that is the record is 1,200 kilometers. Mort tell it now, and thank you, my friend, to update that. Then we have
very much my target.
We have to make Portugal and some part of Spain.
What you can do is measure. You can measure the distance, see how far we need to go. For example, you and me had healthy competition. The Evolve app back in the day.
Okay, we do like this. I come from Germany. You come from London. From London, UK. I come from Germany. With the boards, you make the ferry, and then I come to France, catch you in France. Then we go to Portugal. Then we have maybe 2,000 kilometers together.
This is the thing, right? There's you, me. I'm going to say it because you tell me another board that can do it. We're both on Lacroix. We go from A to B, tents on our back, and we just go for it. We just keep going.
Just enjoy it. I have lots of friends in all the countries, and they say to me, if I want to do it, they're going to give us a home for us to stay. In France, I have friends, family. I have everybody there. If I go to Spain, I have lots of friends, and it's not a problem. When you come to Portugal, then you have a problem, my friend.
It's a party.
I know everybody. You have a small country. You have 9 million. I don't know everybody, but I know every city. I know guys, and they're going to take care of you. It's going to be always a place. And if it's not no place, we go to a camping or something like that. This is enough on today. Is this?
I tell you an example of how amazing this community is. I'll give you two examples. One from today. Two examples. Me and my partner wanted to go to visit Brighton, seaside town in the UK. And I said, does anyone recommend anywhere to stay in the skate community? Wherever I go to visit, wherever in the world, I'm like, I'm coming here. In the community, is anywhere good to skate? And the guy reached out to me, Darren Monday, and he went, you stay at my house. I'm going away. You stay in my house. I met the man briefly for 5 minutes at an event, and he went, you stay in my home and you can stay there for free, no issues. And absolutely blown away with hospitality. And then today, I had a problem where we have this, which is this massive thing behind me here. I've now adopted a bunny. I have a pet bunny now, and I had to pick up this bunny hutch, which wouldn't fit in my car. And I said to community, put it out there. Can anyone help me? And a man who's a one-wheel rider in the community, like literally in my town, said to me, "Don't worry, I'll pick it up for you." I never met the man, and he went to, "I'll pick it up for you." And this is what we do for each other. For example, like you, me, we say, for example, I have this skate thing I don't use. Can I give it away? Can I help someone? And this is one thing we all need to hold on to is that passion of that helping each other. Little things every time. Oh, I loved it. That was so funny putting memes into my video.
That is the Lone Star. That was
Is the Lone Star.
Second one. That was with
That's
the
the
update.
second.
That is the update with the 10p 12s.
12S 10p, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the difference.
And what do you think now? I know that you trying to buy the Lacroix Super Sport.
I'm buying the LaCroix Super Sport. I think most people
But
know now.
the big one or the small one?
I'm buying the Lone Star Super Sport.
Okay.
I with everything that's coming with it. I've got the hubs. I've got everything that's coming with it. And I tell you what,
I think it's going to come this month, huh?
we'll see what LaCroix say. It was meant to be for this stream mid-March, which is when we're hopefully going to have it. To be honest, like I looked at the LaCroix 18S and I thought I'm not going to need it. Don't need it. I've never once gone the Lone Star and gone, it's not enough. I've never once. But for me, it's look at that. That's one thing that people say to me. Look at that video there where I'm carving on the LaCroix. People say you can't carve them. You can, but you can't go top. You can't have both. And that's when I had my accident. When I had my LaCroix, I put the blue bushings on it, and it was super carvy. It was really lovely. However, I hit a pothole and a dangerous element where I was hitting a hole about 30 miles an hour, and I wobbled. And you remember from your accident, Nelson, like when you hit a wobble, the worst bit is I knew it was going to happen. That was the worst bit. I hit a wobble and I thought I'm going to fall, but it happened for about 3 seconds. I was going, and I fell and landed on my back flat. And even now, I have pain in my hip. I couldn't even stand up for 3 days. And for like something about Amar was saying about the Arca. Like for example, like for me,
we're going to see it later.
Yeah, but I'm going to say that. I'm going to say what I said. I've never once received. I get an example. I put up a post yesterday about Evolve doing the discount 150 pounds off the board, and I had a discount code to make it even cheaper. And it did work. And I thought, great, I'll give it to the next person. I have never once personally benefited from anything I've done ever. I've always passed it along to the next person. For example, when I received a bag from Altabag, which is the Arca bag, which I gave to Amar, I thought this bag is perfect for my friend. I don't need it. It's not for me. I give it along. And I've never, and it frustrates me. There's a line difference with people who have places of influence like yourself or me or other people where we're in it for the money, where we're not. We're about growing this passion, this community. And I think that gets really balanced out the way. Like first thing I had, which was frustrating from people who in my support network are asking me, am I now getting commission? I went, I don't care about me. What I care about is getting another rider out there. That's what it's about. Get another person riding.
Yeah, but Tom, when I think there is a big difference when you go to the Nazare and the Long Star in top speed, because when you have the Lone Star as top speed, you're going to have the weight, and the weight is going to help you a lot.
It does make you feel more stable. It does feel more stable at a higher speed. It does, but there's an interesting balance between weight and power. And this is the interesting thing. And I think a lot of people spoke about it on the Evolve race they did when they did the all-wheel drive boards, where people want event-only race boards, where I want a light board for high series, 18S, 20S, whatever it is, all-wheel drive for one thing, which is racing at events and low weight. However, that's great, but now you're investing £3,000 or more, euro more, on one thing, which is 3 times in a year where you might use the board for racing. So that's why I wanted the quad, because it was quick.
Mhm.
However, I could use it every day as well. It wasn't just a race thing all the time. It was something I could use if I want to go to a group ride, if I want to go for a long ride, if I wanted to relax.
And for you, my friend, then you change for the Trumper. What was why? First of all, why did you buy a Trumper?
Why do I trample? I have interesting thing, and I think that's how everyone is watching. Whenever you go to an event and someone offers you to ride their board, be respectful and say, yes, I'll be respectful of your board, let me try it. And you'll be surprised. I have very, very rarely got on a board and gone, that's how I would have my board. That's exactly how because for example, there's a really old video that Pavel had of me on it, and everyone knows me really deeply. The Evolve Bamboo GTR was the loosest thing on the planet. It literally did this. It literally was like a balance board. It was the lightest thing in the world. However, when I went to Tramper and I was talking to Ted personally, I'm not going to go into the matters, but I was talking to Ted personally, and then I went up to Nottingham. He said to me, he invited me to his house and said, you can stay with me. And then when I tried to Tramper, I was never once gone a tramper and gone, that's how I have it. And then I tried Ted's board, which was the 9-inch mud pluggers at the back, 8 inches front. And that's when I had my accident. That's really interesting. If you look, there's some footage of me. I was on the Carver and
Mhm.
I had a trigger issue. I don't know if it was me or the trigger or something, but I locked on
Mhm.
and I fell off. And if you look here, I still have the scar on my
With
knuckle here.
with
It
the
took my whole finger off. Yeah, I'll try and go here. Yeah, you might not be able to see. Yeah, there. See there on my
Mhm.
on my little finger.
Yeah.
That's Tramper's implant on my skin forever. But I went up to Tramper and I went out for a ride. Super welcoming. Come into my home. Let's have a cider. I'll also at dinner, and it's the passion of the riders. And then I tried Ted's board, and I said to me, Ted, I really love the fact you can go outdoors. They're built really well. However, they don't maneuver. They're not as flexible as I want it to be. And then I tried Ted's one with the barrels, and I tell you what, that was it. I was like, that's it. That's the board I want. And then I went to him, Ted, I'm buying this board. So me being
But you buy
me, I could.
but you buy the board, then you came to this guy here. Can you talk a
Yeah,
little more?
yeah. It took me a year or 6 months later, longer than it needed to be. As soon as I bought that board, there was a lot of experimentation with this board, because if you see on my battery box, if you pause it
Mhm.
1 second, if you see on top of the battery box, I've got yeah, that's fine there. So if you pause it there, they did custom work and they didn't know how to paint the decks or the enclosure, because the problem is, because the battery box is so perfect in regards to the way it fits, they needed to paint it and not make the paint thick enough where you could fit the screws of what you're building. So it had to be just perfect. And to be honest, I rode it for an hour and I destroyed the deck instantly.
That's why I come to the next question, because I know that you have a big problem with your deck. You make a design in your deck, and for the guys who want to do that, what you recommend? Because you see that you
Don't do
make
it. I just do the top. Just do the top, and
yeah.
do it after you've had the holes drilled. For example, there. That's perfect. That deck was beautiful, and it lasted an hour, and then got shredded.
That is, guys, for everybody. Is it the flex? The flex makes
Let it go. Let it go.
everything go.
Because
Yeah.
what they did is they had the deck. The problem that Tramper did for me in that situation is they sent me the deck without the holes. So, for example, as soon as they sent me the deck, they got it painted, and then as soon as they drilled the holes to put the bindings on it, there
Hmm.
were weak spots. So, for example, they could chip, they could flake, and they could break. If they would have sent it to me before the holes, looking back now, it would have saved all the issues. However, that's just wherever it is going forward. However, I've seen some Tramper designs where they've done stuff, And I was talking to my partner about it the other day, and it's interesting. Before I'd done this design, before I'd done it custom, they didn't have custom parts. For example, if you look at my trucks and my other bits, they're bronze and they're unique. However, now Tramp have just released all these custom elements now, and I'm not saying I'm part of that because I don't know. But before I done that, they had zero. And for me, your ride and your baby should be yours. You should have it your custom. For example, your LaCroix Lone Star Nelson for you is the Portugal's flag.
I hate when I go to an event and I'm searching for my board, because when they are all the same, it's always difficult. If I don't do something with the deck, I have to change the wheels. I have to do something. I have to define what board is my board, or it's going to be difficult. I don't like, and I just do the flag from Portugal, and that makes like everybody knows that always the flag, but maybe sometimes I'm going to change it. I don't know. I love it. But
that's your thing. That's your thing.
Yeah.
I've noticed, and this is not intentional. My thing apparently is black and white. I don't know why it is. My one wheel's black and white. My Evolve's black and white, and then maybe something later might be black and white, depending on what happens. But I think you should make something that you're so passionate about yours. And I love, and nothing makes me happier than going to a group ride and I see scooters, one wheels, EUC, skateboards, mounted boards, everything different, because it's about diversity and seeing loads of different things all the time.
Do you know I received lots of critics now in last week because I buy a e-bike for my wife. I buy the Super Sport 73.
Yeah, I saw that. That was very interesting. The thing you should say about that, Nelson, if you have critics, you say to them, now I get to ride what I love with someone who I love.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to explain. The world here, the electric world, sometimes is very difficult, and I was not. I knew that there was going to be critic, but so many critics, guys, sending me in private so many messages.
I understand that, Nelson.
I said it's very sad that I have, because they say the e-bikes has nothing to do with the skates and this and this. It was like it's the same. I'm very proud to have it. I buy it, and my wife is very happy, and that is the important.
I'll tell you a good example of that, Nelson, which I watched recently. Is one person I rate really highly for the content is a guy called Justin Yee, and he just made a series of videos. I think it's about 2 or 3 videos on your e-bike you've used, where he does a tour on that bike, and it's the same thing. And you should, as you say to him, it's very easy to be angry and upset with people who are criticizing what you do, but it's very harder to be actually educate people and say, look, I can now share what I love with someone I love, and look at the things we can do. And then, like, for example, I knew nothing about e-bikes, and then since I joined Epic Trail Riders, this whole new world has evolved where I can look at other things. And do you think I can now share what I'm doing with another group of people of what we're doing, and just try and take your emotion away from things instead of getting angry?
No, for me, I'm never. Do you know? I'm going to try to explain just for really quick. When I was with the Involve, everybody was like, "Oh!" Then I came out with LaCroix. The guys from Involve, everybody comes to me, pow, 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 and then the guys from LaCroix, they know that I have Involves. And the guys from LaCroix start to have boom, 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 boom. Why do you have a group from LaCroix when you have Involves and some stuff like this? I don't care, my friend. I have. Then the guys, you have a Onewheel. Yes, I have a Onewheel. I have a AUC. I love all because they are all different. For different things, and I enjoy. And now I have a bike that I try it. I love it. It's not for me because it's too small, but for my wife, it's perfect, and she has lots of fun. And up this moment, she cannot ride any more skateboards, and that was the way for me to find that my wife can always go to the events with us, and I have my wife together with me. That was
Exactly. That's the most
that
important
was
thing. That's all that
that
matters.
was yeah, was just the point. But it's very difficult for the community to understand that. If you go to a tramper event, why cannot a guy from AUC can go with you
Exactly.
trailing?
And do you know what's interesting? That's why personally I respected Ted. For example, when I went to Nottingham in the UK to Tramper HQ, I took an an Evolve Carbon GTR, and I went out all evening with them until I ran out of charge, obviously because the battery is smaller. And I went out with them all that time and had a great evening. And not once did they make me feel like I was less important for riding an Evolve.
We're going to start to make some questions here. I don't know if everybody is going to stay here. We're going to start with the first one. I think that is an important one. Tom, you go to the Deserve Island and Great Pavement or Outtrain.
What do I you go to desert island with great pavement and
Oh,
terrain. What on
what,
board?
what
Basically, what board do I take on a deserted island?
yeah, what is the board? What is that
Tramper.
board?
Tramper, because it rides everything. It rides everything. You can go anywhere on a tramper. I not once the Evolve for me. The Evolve is a city. The Tramper is everything, but mostly off road, and the La Croix is the endless ride on tarmac. But the Tramper you can ride anywhere.
Don't forget, I was with the guys here from Germany with my Lacroix Lone Star, with all the trampers and the ATOX together off road, and the tramper and the Lacroix, my friend. The only thing I damage all my enclosure.
Yeah, you
It's
scratch it to pieces. Yeah.
it's like no, and it's broken in one place because
Wow.
one big rock. But I don't lose the guys. I was
Yeah,
always,
no,
and they
no,
say
it has
the
the
the,
power. It
the
definitely has
guy
the power. It's
the
scary
guys
though.
from ATOX and everybody, they was like, wow, this shit is fast. And I say, I'm not going to lose you. But then in the end, that is not the board for that.
It's not the
I,
board.
wa- I
It's
was
not.
very sad because in one place is
Yeah.
broken, and I have to make a little of carbon there. The inclusion now is okay, but maybe I could
It
destroy more.
hurts.
Yeah,
It hurts your bait. Like for example,
yeah.
I went out with an electric mountain board and a cannon
That's
for a group ride, and I took my La Croix Nazare, and you can do it. It just hurts a little bit. It just hurts taking your baby out, this beautiful baby, and then hitting rocks and smashing to pieces. But you take your tramper, and you're like, do you know what? Screw the rubber. I'm going smashing the. I'm going to go crazy on this thing, and it can take it.
And Tom, what you ask for the new board is going to come with the gear drive.
I'll tell you about my order because I think enough people know now. I've ordered a La Croix Lone Star gear drive with the hubs. Also, I've discovered I've had to order the new GoPro lights because they don't fit the gear drive, which is nice to know. So
Yeah,
I've
that
had
was
to
in the interview.
yeah, thank you, Nelson. You saved me a bit of pain there. Thank you. So
There
yeah,
was
I've ordered.
lots of questions there that I think I was expecting that was a new deck, and that is the same deck. I was thinking that
It's
was
going to always be the same deck. It
yeah,
really was. The deck is
yes.
fine. It's just the space. For example, this is the interesting about say like the Onewheel.
Mm-hmm.
The La Croix deck is perfect for what it is, and it comes down to the enclosure about how deep you want to go, and you don't need more batteries in that in the La Croix. You don't need them. However, you can change the series. That's the only
Yeah.
thing you can change. You can have 18S, 20S, whatever you want to do, but the amount of cells you need is enough. You don't need any more cells.
Say, I just going to tell you, for me, I said to Jimmy in private, and I say to you, no problem. I have the gear drives from ATOX,
Yeah.
and guys, never again I want to see belt in my life. Never again. First of all, the braking.
Sound is addictive. Sound is very
yeah, but the braking, my friend, that is amazing. The acceleration, my friend, that is like other game. You cannot compare it. When I think I use so many years belts, maybe for off-road I'm going to use belts, I don't know, but just forget it.
It feels like a machine. It really does.
No, my friend, you're going to see it. You have two lacrosse. You're going to see this time when you put the gear drive. You're going to say, "Man, don't give me a belt,
Done.
never again. I don't want to see him, never again." Because
I think the problem I had is with gear drive is I need to go to loo in 1 second because I'm going to blow up. But with the gear drive, it's because I've had gears break, and that feeling of a gear breaking is worse than a belt breaking. If a belt breaks, you can change it in 2 minutes. If a gear breaks, it's like half an hour of misery, if not longer. That's the only thing with a gear drive.
no, my friend, I speak with the I speak with the Jens from Atox,
Detox, yeah.
and he give me another one. I have an
Mhm.
extra. That is 5 minutes, my friend.
Yeah, but then
That
don't
is-
you need to lubricate it though? Don't you
No,
need
you don't need it, my friend. That is plastic. You don't need that. That is bullshit. That is believe it or not, my friend. That is bullshit. You can do it then when you are in your home,
Okay.
but for the time you go to your home, you don't need it.
It'll
That is
cover you.
that
Yeah?
is that is when you have metal with metal. That is plastic.
Mhm.
The gear drives, all of them are plastic. This is this special plastic that is not going to be destroyed, and it's easy for you. I can understand everybody. You have to put it, of course, but you don't need it when you are in a bad situation. When you come home, then you can put it again. There's no problem. But in this situation, just for you to say, "Oh, I cannot do," just open, change it, and go. And
Nelson, can
when
I
you,
be 30 seconds to go to the
yeah,
toilet
of
because I'm going
course,
to blow up?
yeah,
I'll be
go
30
go there.
seconds to be right
Yeah.
back because I'm going to
I
blow
just
up.
want to say to everybody here, guys, if Tom is out, and I want to say thank you to everybody here who comes. I'm going to have in Saturday. It's going to be a special day because we're going to have Alexandro from Baja Board. He contacted me and he wants to show the new board, the X2, the new machine who's coming out. I have the privilege to bring it, and he's going to explain everything for us. How he's going to work the new Baja board and what is new. And that I think is going to be a fantastic interview. If you guys want to come, please just come, make the questions what you want. Sunday is going to be a very, very special day. First of all, we're going to have Rebecca. She's a UK rider. Is a very special lady. In the morning, we're going to have her in Sunday, and in Sunday evening, we're going to have Jason, the guy from the nation. If you have questions for him, everybody's talking, they don't like him, or they don't do, he's like this or like that. This day, everybody has the opportunity to make the questions what you want. If you have a special question that you want to ask him, with respect, guys, please understand it. We are in a civil world. If you don't like it, I understand you guys. I personally, I don't have nothing against him, but I understand everybody who lose something with him or don't like him or have but make the questions with respect, and you're going to achieve something. I'm going to make all the questions I can do it to him because that is important. That is not going to be easy for him. He's going because it's the first time he's going to be live. In the other times he make the videos and it was not live. Nobody he could not answer. But in this time he's going to be live. If you don't like the guy, you have the opportunity to make all the questions and say, "Hey, why do you do this or why do you do that?" Then you have the
Nelson,
chance.
any questions anyone asks, I will openly
Yeah,
answer
I was
every
just
time.
I was just telling about Saturday is going to come the Alessandro from Baja board, and Sunday is going to come Rebecca, and Sunday evening is going to come Jason Potten. And I was telling, if somebody asks questions, you have the chance. That is the
To be
chance for you.
honest, I think with like Jason, I think one thing people should respect is whatever's happened. Think about what difference they've made in the community by getting another rider. Whatever you think about they've got another person riding. If there was no Jason, there'll be no Lacroix, there'd be no bio boards, there would be no FOB opportunity. So
yeah, but the question is like this, my friend. You understand? I just tell to everybody. I was with this discussion in a WhatsApp group from the guys, and everybody was with a critic. I say lots of guys eat with him, drink with him, make party with him, and the same guys now are killing him. But I say, okay, if you don't like him, it's no problem. If you have a questions that you, this day is going to be the day that you're going to have the opportunity to make all the questions to this guy. It's going to be live.
I had a drink with Jason in UK. I didn't even know who he was. I knew nothing. I was just a rider.
But I respect everybody. Do you understand? I respect if somebody wants to go, but polite, not stupid question. When I put him out of the life,
exactly.
I think respect. You can ask everything. If you don't like him, if you don't agree what he do, if you have questions like say, "Hey guy, why don't pay the guys?" No problem. We can make this question. Exactly. And if the guys start to lie to us, I'm going to put him out of the life. But that is the opportunity for you to do everything right. Then it's not because I like him. It's because I think it's the chance for everybody to say, okay, I have these questions and I want to put him in. That is the right way to do it, and do it politely. Then you're going to win everything. If you don't do it politely, then it's not going to be correct from your side. Then you're going to lose everything. That's why if you have questions, I know that these questions here, I see questions, and I'm going to see it here, my friend. And let me see, because lots of guys was talking. Let's see if the first one. What is your most favorite board, Tom?
Why did you ask me this question? Jesus. Oh dear. It's situation. It really is situation. For example, and I can't say, my favorite. I say my favorite board at the moment. My favorite board right now.
You don't. If you don't need to say your favorite board, my friend. You can say for the different things is the different board.
Okay. Yeah. I'll answer every question. So City and Evolve GTR is the most carvy, creative board I own.
Voila.
By far.
The same like
for off-road, a tramper, I've yet to see another production board that can be better off-road than the tramper. I don't know any board that's better than off-road for tramper that someone could buy right now. For speed and an endless range, a LaCroix is more power than you ever need, and you can ride it until you are done, not the board's done. But for right now, my favorite board is the XR. Right now, the boards that I own, because the reason why I think it's not because it's a Onewheel. I think it's because it's a new thing for me to learn. I think for me, it's about learning new things, and riding that makes me better riding a different board. And I think, for example, like Cassie, who's asked the question, she rode the tramper for a week or so, and then she went back to Evolve, and she was like, "Whoa!" If it was really different, and that's healthy. That's a good thing. If you're fortunate enough and you're lucky enough to try different boards, because that'll make you a better rider. Because you can take what you learn from one thing and you can apply it to another board.
You have the question. This is.
Oh, please! I want to answer your question, please. What's that?
If you have just one, what do you choose?
I think if I had one board, it would, and I really would be a tramper, because you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere. You can go off-road. You can go in the city. You can go for a long ride. I think for me, it would be a tramper, and I think it's the most fairest thing I can say. I'm lucky, and I always will say I'm lucky. I can own different boards. But if I only could have one, it would be a tramper, because you could take it in the city. You can go for a long ride. You could jump on it. You can go to a pump track, and you can absolutely destroy the forest with it.
Yeah, for me, guys, personally, I love all of them. I'm not going to answer that.
Oh, you're a coward. You should answer the question.
I love them all. I love them all. I want to have the Sherman. I want to buy the Sherman as ESK8. I want to have the Sherman. I tried.
Well, you should say, Nelson, if you want to try you should try the UC. You already have an UC, don't you?
I learned the UC with the. I can send you. I can send you mine the one I try it, and I can send you, and you can try, because you can do everything with her, and it's not going to be no problem, because I buy it for I don't know, 100 euros, my friend.
Yeah.
I can send you.
Do you know what's really interesting? I have a friend in where I live, and he has an EUC, which is a mini EUC. It's not like a big one; it's a really small one. But I tell you what, right? I don't own EUC. I don't. However, for me, and I can say this without any bias, I think the best vehicle you can buy for a PV is an EUC. It has the longest range, it has the biggest power, it's the smallest thing. However, the learning curve is huge and the creativity is limited.
Tom. It's easy. When
I
listen
don't
to
know,
me.
right?
You know what was my mistake, Tom? You know, we were together in a Belgic event. And you can ask to Lee, because Lee tried it there too.
Yeah, I've ridden it before, but not learned.
Yeah, but there was guys who can explain you how to ride it. The big problem for us, or the guys who never try it, is don't have nobody to teach them the right way. Then you lose lots of hours, and you see that is so difficult. But I was from this event to my house, and tomorrow I'm going to make a video me riding. No.
Yeah.
And in my home, in 50 minutes, I was riding. 50 minutes. And before, I was 3 days riding. I have to stop because my legs was broken.
Because you're like this.
Yeah, because it was damaged. Every time it was falling, I was always making my feet always step, because I was without no information. And that's what's the problem with the AUC. You have to find the right person to teach you. And then when you start to ride it, you say, oh, that is the perfect machine for you to go to a city. Of course, if you have a German, you cannot go to the city, my friend.
Yeah, it's the heavy. That's the thing. Like people say, we talked about Le Croix earlier. Like Le Croix is a monster. You take the Le Croix into a city, and you tell me you pick that thing up. It's a nightmare.
That is like nightmare. That's why they involve in this. That's why they involve comes in this moment. Perfect.
Exactly.
We have to tell like this. It's simple. For what situation? Then comes the Onewheel. I go to Onewheel off-road with my friends. I have so much fun. You cannot imagine. And now with the AUC, you can go off-road. But I can tell you another thing. I tried the A-bike, these new A-bikes, and that is crazy. I was in love too.
I think the problem is it's the same thing where people talk about game consoles, Xbox versus PlayStation. It's don't miss the opportunity to be inspired by another way of riding. I think that's the most important thing people should take. Don't miss the opportunity to be trying something new.
Yeah, that's why. What you do. Yeah, that's why. Then I have here another question, but these questions I would like to have you. Then we're going to go to another things. Then we no, I just want to talk. Then you came with a pint. Why do you try the pint? Because pint. Why don't you choose the XR?
Do you know what my friend Billy told me? Get an XR straight away. But it's the same thing about cost. It's about money. Like if I tell you to buy a £1,700 investment, as in you will like this straight away, guarantee, no worries. It's a hard sell. But I had the opportunity to buy a pint for I think £750 or about £1,000 in the UK. But I wanted to try it to see if I liked it, and I thought I'm learning something. Like it's about the learning thing. I learned something new. I'm enjoying it and I'm loving it. And then for me, this is why the community is really interested in me at the moment, because, for example, like the Le Croix Super Sport or the Cali XLR is now given the opportunity to pass it along to the next person who couldn't buy it before. For example, I bought the pint for £750, got what I needed to get out of it, but I wanted more. So I sold it, and then I bought an XR, which means that someone else could ride a pint. Same thing with the Le Croix now. You tell me, Nelson, when the Le Croix Super Sport got announced, in 24 hours, there were Le Croix Lone Stars and Super Sport, Le Croix Lone Stars and Nazaris all over Facebook Marketplace. I was one of them. It's the same thing with the Calis. You look at the Cali XLR, now Callies are becoming more available for second hand, so that more people can ride the higher end of boards at a reduced rate. So when these new boards come out, it means that someone else can try them, which is amazing. And the pint is great. The pint is good, but the XR just finishes it just
Yeah,
perfectly.
but I'm going to tell you the different thing why the Kelly is not going to be easy to sell it or to find it. First of all, Ernesto is not with us here in Europe. I hope that someday he start to work with us, and the price is okay, because I think the Lacroix Europe is not good for us because the price is too expensive. Second of all, I just want to say that big difference because of Lacroix and Kelly in America is Ernesto. He goes with rights. He knows the
He does.
community.
He does. And to be honest,
He
this is
knows
a frustrating
everybody.
thing.
He,
He
he-
does.
he's all,
And he had an hour conversation. I tell you why, and I'm going to get really passionate about this. He had an hour conversation with me
Mhm.
3 days ago,
Yeah.
just talking, not telling me anything, not saying this is better than this. He even said to me, the XOR. He said to me, don't ask me, ask other people what they think of the Calais.
Mhm.
And I said to him, like, that is the right
Yeah,
person
but
we want involved.
that is the different from Ernesto. I know Ernesto. I have lots of talks. He's going to come here to share the new board. I have the luck. I have the I have the Alex show the first time the board. I'm going to have the Baja board in 2 days to show it, the new Baja board.
Nelson, I tell you a little secret. I'm going to be riding the bio board soon. It's coming. So you know, I'm doing a bio board review
How about
soon.
the with the 4 motors?
Yeah, I'm getting a
That is very
full.
good.
No, I tell you, something, I'm getting a four-wheel drive bio board for a review
Yeah,
soon.
that is a fantastic
Eventually,
board.
but it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, that is good.
That man
For
is
you,
fearless, by the way. That man is invincible. He like you. I watch his videos of him riding the bioboard, and I watch his little speedo, and he goes from 0 and he keeps going up, and I'm like, whoa! And he's going
I'm,
crazy speed.
he's going to come here one day. I don't know, one of the days he's going to come here, but he's going to come, I think, in April. He's going to come here. But just for you to see, and I'm going to have Kelly when he's come out with his board. I'm going to have him here to show the board. So that is amazing for all of us to have this lives that we can ask him like the last time. Alex
Answer
was
the
here.
questions everyone's asking,
Everybody can ask him the questions directly, and he can answer. You don't have no way he can.
Can't hide. No
Yes,
hiding.
because in the internet he can always answer when he wants, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
why I love this. Then we come to the next question. I know that these guys asking the questions, but I'm going to put the questions here. I like to ask it because I have it, but I don't. I have to respect the guys here. What do you prefer to drive alone, with 1 or 2 persons, with a small group, big group, or you like all of them, or
I love
you like to go
sharing my
with
passion
guys
with
that,
people.
or do you
Yeah.
like to ride with guys that you know that is have this because you know the group ride, sometimes there is faster guys, there is guys who don't have no experience. Is always difficult for us when we have to take care of our reactions, because you never know. A young rider is always like a big challenger for him, and we have to be careful of them. But for you as Tom,
I think for me, it's a different ride. It is. It's not an. It's like, for example, one person asking if it's to ride alone or with other people. I have got. I'll tell you one thing, Nelson. I'll be honest with you. I feel like I'm owed a debt, and I've told this before. Very small places, but I've said this. What ESK8 has done for me has saved me in many ways, more than just going for fun, going for a ride. It's saved me. It has saved me many ways. So I feel like I owe a debt in the E-skate community, where if I can help one person, I will, because of what it's done for me. I ride on my own when I need. Don't get me wrong, it's not all negative. I love going for a ride on my own, being creative, and don't get me wrong, we're all massive children. We are. We go for a ride, we see a group of people, we're like, yeah, I might go a little bit quicker here, just a bit of fun. However, I feel like I'm owed a debt. Like when I stopped dancing and I started working full time in a new industry, I needed the new thing, and ESK8 is that thing for me. And I feel like that's given me my creative ability back, and they're given the opportunity to be me again with something new and exciting. And it's helped me more than anyone will ever know. So, for example, I love to ride on my own. I like to ride on my own for my inner peace, my relaxation, my therapy. However, I need to give it back to the next person. I will go to a group ride and I will. It's difficult at the moment with situation that the way it is. We're not going to talk about it. We've agreed we're not going to talk about it. But I feel like if I can see the next generation coming, I will help it every single way I can. For example, just a small thing. Like there's a guy called Sebastian who's a one wheeler. He's incredible, amazing. And I think he's like 18, 19. He's going to be the next generation. You, me, and the people who have position of setting influence, we have a responsibility to grow the community. We're the first people to do this. We're the first people to make the difference right now. So remember where you came from and think about the next person. So I do love to ride on my own. I love to ride with my partner. The ride on my own is different to person when I ride with my girlfriend. It's different to ride with people who I know can push it really, really fast versus the people where it's a group ride. The ride on my own is different to ride with a group of people where I can push 30 miles an hour the whole time versus the people who are about getting new riders involved. I went to a group ride in London where there's someone who said to me, this is the first group ride. I'm like, amazing. I want you to make it as special for you as it was for me. And that's the difference.
And then we have another question here. What is the big pet that about skating in general?
Simple. Stop comparing boards. We're all riders. It's really simple. You can ride, for example, a good example. You remember the Milton Keynes ride, Nelson, that you came over to the UK for? There was a guy who
I was with your board.
Yeah,
you
were
was
my
with
board.
That board. I was with this board. Yeah.
My carbon, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guy who arrived with the worst board I've ever seen in my life. However, he was there. It was another person riding. The difference you make with making a welcoming community for someone makes a difference. My biggest hate is what makes you better than someone else. You should be excited that another person is riding with you.
Yeah, I just want to say to Shaq that my friend is like this. Everybody can make all the questions he wants. We're going to try to answer all of them. It's not a problem, and we're going to try to. That is a special day for Tom.
Please ask any questions you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and the important thing, if you have the chance, go to his channel, YouTube channel. He has lots of things for you guys. All the videos that you are seeing here is videos from his channel. And if you have the chance, go there, and you can go to his Facebook. You're going to find lots of things, and then we're going to talk about some things from that. Then if you go to his YouTube, it's just go there, subscribe, and make the bell for you to receive new, and give a like. That is very important. You think we're going to win a lot of that? No, but that is going to help us to the YouTube to recognize us and post our videos as first place. And if you have a chance, go to my channel and subscribe to that. Is going to help the two of us, and is going to help the community for us to bring.
So can I just say
stuff.
one quickly, just about my YouTube channel?
Just one question, just one, and then you have the Instagram from him, and you can see lots of things. Please, you can talk now about your YouTube
so one
channel.
thing I say about my YouTube channel, I'm going to say is really simply. Now, I created my YouTube channel when the police were cracking down on legalization with ESK8 in the UK. And the reason why my YouTube channel was created was nothing to do with fame or kind of being out there or being some kind of person at all. It's about, I rode in London all day, every day, and people were terrified, really scared in the UK for riding in London. And for me, who's riding in London every day, who never had issues, I wanted to share me riding in the UK and answering the questions that people are asking. So, for example, when I looked at LaCroix, like some of my content on my channel is based on LaCroix because there was nothing out there. No one knew anything about LaCroix in regards to. There was a couple channels. Jay Boston did like one video on LaCroix, but nothing about buying it, riding it, range testing it, or for example, riding in London or sorting out group rides. And the reason why I made my channel was to help the next person understand what it's like to ride in group rides in London, meeting up with people. And for example, if I look on the internet and I can't find the answer to the question I'm looking for, I'll find out the answer and I'll make a video and I'll help the next person. That's literally the reason why I make YouTube videos.
Yeah, but Tom, I always tell you, my friend, don't stop with your content. You have to make one time in a week something. Is the same, my friend. It's very important. It's all very important for the community. If you don't have, ask to someone to send you something. I have lots of products, my friend. I have products from the times I was there with you riding, and I don't put it out. I have so much things. Just put it one thing in a week, or maybe every 2 weeks. Just put it something out, because I think that is important for the
community to be ready.
The community, for the community to listen from you. If you just make one time in a month or something like that, is the people is not going to be so active, and the YouTube is going to put you again to other side. And that's why I tell you, you have a channel, my friend. You have 600 and more people with you. That is 600. This is lots of persons. And if you have the chance, do it, my friend. Don't do big videos. Make something. I make every day something out. Now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to change everything because I'm loving this. And I was doing this just.
Yeah, you enjoy it, helping people.
I enjoy it. This I see my friends like you. You are a friend for me. Jimmy was a friend for me. Alex is a friend for me. Everybody, and the guys I don't know, I make friends. I learn from them, and I bring this for you guys to see it. And you know that I don't win no money with this shit. I do it because I love it. Everybody who makes YouTube,
everyone who's making content has never got back what they've put into it. They've done it because they love it and they enjoy it.
I enjoy this, my friend. I love this. I want to have fun. That is the only thing I'm going to take out from here, my friend. Yeah. I just want to have fun. I go there to UK to you guys because I love to ride with you guys. It's not because I want to show something. I put my car and I make 1,000 kilometers with my car.
We share that passion. For example, you said to me you drive, no offense, not the biggest car, your smart car. You drive all the way from Germany to UK. And we share that passion. Yeah, exactly. We share that passion where you come to my country and I have to look after you.
Yeah, but that's the way everything has to work. I say to all of you guys, I talk with him, and I talk with the team, and then was Amar, and then was Ben, and they take care of London ride was Billy and Tom, who created the event, and for Sunday was Amar and Ben, who created the event for Brett, what's the name of the city? Birmingham. And that was a collusion of two cities. Now that Carve is bigger. Exactly. In this day, they created a big collusion. That was a fantastic thing for all of the guys in UK make Carve bigger and bigger, and now they make a big collusion. I was very happy to see that working because I love Carve. I love the guys there. I think they are very special for me. Of course, that is like community. Nothing else, Tom. You know that. You know that.
I say to everyone who's watching this is, for example, when politics, and there's the only thing I'm going to say about this, when politics gets too hard, stop, come off the internet, get on your PEV, Onewheel, XR, whatever it is, go for a ride and remind yourself why you're riding every time.
I just want to say to here from Jimmy, he said, congratulations to you and Kelly for your new home together. I think that is fantastic. You do the right thing, my friend. I hope the best for you too. And don't forget, you are a good team. Before it was Casey. She has a fantastic group that is the lady of the ESK8. Go there. help the girls, enjoy it, and I think the two of you, make a fantastic team, Tom.
That's the thing. Like, I'm very lucky. Like with Cassie, she has she has fought harder than I have. She really has. She's fought really hard to get more people, forget women, more people involved in this. And that's her baby. That's not me. That's her. And the biggest gift that I could ever give my partner is the passion that I feel with what I do. And now she has that. And now she's flying with it. So it's outstanding that someone who has the same feeling I have. And it's about associating yourself with the right people. And I'm lucky that I can ride with someone that I love and we can ride together all day,
It's
every day.
fantastic. This is the best thing. That's why I buy the bike for my
Exactly.
wife, that she can
Exactly.
come with us, because my wife has had a big accident and she cannot ride normal ESK8s. So, and then comes to this
Just
question.
one thing, one last thing before you move forward. Just one last thing. Talk about accidents. Cassie has paid her dues. She rode my Evolve and broke multiple ribs on her board. For example, if you ever go ride with Cassie, she's fucking hard. And we're telling you that now, right? We went out for a ride and we rode from where we were to the shopping mall, which was about 5 miles, because I was trying to push her limits a little bit, saying like, instead of driving there, let's ride there, and it's an opportunity to enjoy what we do. Anyway, we rode there, and she got confident going down the hill, braked, and then broke multiple ribs falling off her board. Then got up, no crying, just got on with it, and then we rode home from the supermarket to home, which was like another 5 miles in the rain. It was the worst day ever. It ended up being the best day ever. We rode from the supermarket to home, 5 miles with the Evolve not working, me on the Onewheel pint, carrying all the shopping and the Evolve on my back, riding home. We're going to do a video of this at some point. And it turned out to be the best day ever. But I tell you what, anyone who criticizes fucking women, I tell you what, she's the hardest fucker in the world.
Tom, but the people who criticize, they have to go out from the groups. They don't deserve to be in a group, right? We have to enjoy it, not the critics. For what do we need critics? I work all my life.
She's hurt herself more than I have.
Yeah, but that is not going to help. Now I'm just going to answer this question to the A board three of my friend. First of all, I'm going to answer for the three persons. I'm going to answer for them because that is important thing for everybody to know why. Why? First of all, they say that it is ridiculous that a person gets mad about the Super 73. First of all, I know today, because this bike you can ride it as a bike because you have pedelecs. I don't know in English. Is that right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
It's pedelecs. So you can ride it as a bike to 25 kilometers per hour in every country of the world. So then we go to the second question. That is like this. They are all amazing. But the difference, because the difference for everybody to know, the difference why I buy the Super 73, not the Oni or the Super. So when you go to the other two, they are not pedelecs. They don't have pedelecs.
Well, they press one button. That's it.
They don't have pedelecs. They are like a motorbike. There is no pedelecs.
Just rev, and that's it.
Yeah,
just go.
Yeah. The Onion they has pedelecs, but you go to 70 kilometers per hour, and then you have the Sport round. I try it here in Germany, and believe it, you go to 130 kilometers per hour, my friend. And that is a machine make for you to go off-road. And if you put extend battery, the other type of battery, is like a monster, my friend. So And for my
Don't put
wife,
your baby on that. Yeah, don't put your
yeah,
girl on the first board.
yeah, and for my wife, that was the perfect one. First, I love the style of the board,
It is a good
the a bike,
looking
and
bike. Yeah.
the position for my wife. I try all of them. There was the, and then comes the big problem. The only bike from the three of them available in Europe, legal, is the Super 73. The other two bikes, first of all, the Onyx is not available in Europe. You have to send it from America. Then you have to pay all the
Import
important
tax.
everything.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have a bike of first the double. Then the other one is a motocross bike. You cannot use it on a road. It's illegal, completely illegal. So for what when I'm going to buy a bike like that you cannot use it? I want something that I can use it and go out with my wife.
But that's the thing that comes back to it, Nelson, every time. If I said to someone, "You're here, but you're
Mhm.
going to end up here,"
Yeah.
you're going to end up later down the line. You're going to end up getting a really high performance skate. Let's talk about skateboards. You start off an Evolve or a X-Way to start with. You will end up here eventually. You will end up here. You will do. However, you need to learn. You don't want to stick to your lady, your partner, your love your life on the highest end e-bike available straight away. You need to know that she's in a safe place and she will learn to get higher performance. You don't want to stick on the highest end. For example, my girl Cassie, she started on an Evolve GT. She's now on a GTR and she looks to get a Tramper. I would never stick on Tramper as a first board. That's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you need to give her opportunity to learn and feel comfortable what she's doing. So, and like your argument is legislation. We are on on this balance point between legal and not illegal. Not legal. So you don't want to stick on the highest end, the most powerful thing you ever made, and that'll be the best thing ever. No, you need to make her feel comfortable. You need to feel safe, so she can come.
Yeah, and then you have to understand one thing: the bike make for Europe, they are different from the American. They
Yeah.
are very different. That they are not the same. They are two completely different. You have 12 gangs, and in America you don't have no gangs. You have gas. In Europe you don't have the gas. You have to order separate. And when you put the gas, they are not going to leave you legal. It's going to be again illegal. That's why I'm giving you information what I received from everybody. I make a video yesterday in German to make explanation, and I'm going to make one in English now to make the explanation for Europe how that
I
works.
think one thing you should say about with like true Spider's comment is about the power scooter. This is the thing: is don't be arrogant with different PEVs. Scooters are rockets. They are motorcycles. The power, like the Ryan scooter,
That's the one I want.
unbelievable. Oh, yeah. You're playing with fire. The
Do you know
Ryan
what?
is a rocket.
Do you know why don't I have it? Because I think that is absurd price.
It's ridiculous.
Because you have to pay it there. There is nothing in Europe. Then you have to pay here everything. Then you
But
go.
then you could say the same thing about La Croix. But you own a La Croix, you own that.
Yeah, but the price what we pay for the LaCroix before, my friend, you cannot compare with the prices now.
Yeah, but then you can't get 70 plus 100 kilometers an hour on a.
That is a discussion I'm going to have with you in private because you know that with Alex you can make a range. With Ryan, I don't know that we're going to stay like this. Do you know? Understand what I told you?
The thing is with the Ryan, the thing is we have to respect all communities. We have mountain boards, we have electric scooters. I'm going to tell you for everyone who owns an electric scooter, the Xiaomi is not a respectable electric scooter. And I think anyone who owns an electric scooter will appreciate that. You have, for example, like the boosted rev. You have the boosted. What's the modification? There's a modification of the boosted rev. They Bev or something. I can't remember what it is. Where they have modifications for scooters to make what it is. Scooters are rockets, absolute rockets.
France is one of the big communities of e-scooters, my friend. France is in Europe is the biggest where you can find e-scooters is in France and Belgium. That is the two countries with lots of
I
scooter.
remember the Micro Mobility Winter Games. The
Mhm.
winner was a scooter. The
Yeah,
winner
but
was a scooter.
yeah, but that was most of them was all of them was from France. The guys was there. You see this group. There was about 12 or the I don't know how many of
But
scooters.
it should be a celebration of all the PVs.
Yeah,
I want to answer this. What's
yeah, yeah. I
evil
was
though?
going to put it.
Yeah, go on. My favorite
Yeah.
street wheel. So from a GTX, I had the 107 ABEC Evolve wheels. They were my favorite, and no one could tell me different. They were the best wheels ever made. Then I tried the Evolve 97 new wheels, and I thought, wow, these are perfect because the 107s they feel like go-kart tire. They're very big, they're very
Mhm.
large, and they're very wide. And I thought that was the best wheel. But the 97 ABEC wheels in white, I'm saying white because they go yellowy, which is a bit of a weird thing to say. The yellow white wheels are the best ones I could have.
Yeah. Then when we are with this question, what is the best for you? We're going to start we're going to start with involve streets or 80 wheels
If the weather is
in
perfect,
involve.
Evolve, I think if it's perfect weather, the street are the best. But with 80 wheels, you can ride anything. The 8 inch, I did well. Sorry, the 8 inch, the 7 inch, the 6 inch, I could say were the best wheels ever. But the 8 inch, you can ride anything. So it's peace of mind. So overall, 8 inch is better because you can ride anywhere, absolutely anywhere.
And Lacroix, do you think you can put it? I know that is a question here. Is not a question. Abe is telling Lacroix is not built for off-road.
It's
We
not.
know that is
It's
not
not
made for.
because
Is not. That is a big
you
question.
can. You
It
can
is not.
definitely bring it off the road.
If for me, I answer like this, my friend. If you have a Lone Star, is not. But if you have a Nazare, you can do it because you have a small box.
That's
Then
an
is
interesting
okay.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
can tell you because I try it to ride it, and I know that you can do it because I just damage my box because this is a big battery, my friend. You know that.
There's a reason why Tramper have the box on top
Yeah,
to protect the electronics. That's why they do it. That's
yeah, of
why it's
course. You
made.
you 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 you
So
have to
this is
think.
interesting. Like Lacroix saying about they're building an off-road board. Look at Tramper. Tramper have shown a long, long time that the battery box has to be above to give you the space to ride off-road. You look at Etox. Etox
Yeah,
have the all-wheel drive Frankenstein monster, but it's built above because you need the space. You don't look at a
yeah,
rally car and have the you need the
yeah, but
clearance.
I'm going to explain you. I see the board from Atox. That is not a board. That is not a long board. That is a machine. So, but the plan for him is because he wants to make like a style machine. You have hydraulics that you can go down and up. You can make it for road. You can make it for off road. That is like a crazy machine, my friend. I'm
And
going
it's
to.
definitely crazy. I just
But
think, for example, if you're building off road, you need to have maximum space and have the design built for what you need it for.
yeah, but Etox is off road.
It
Don't
is off
forget it.
road, done. That's it.
If you invited, I invited to an event with me in my in a kart event, and he said, Nelson, I like to do this, but for me it's off road. But it was very fun to see him
But
riding
that's what
because
Tramper said. That's the same thing Tramper said. Like they love to come to the Evolve karting events, but their home is the forest, is outdoors, it's getting dirty, it's getting mucky, and then at the end of the day, you come home, have a beer, and it's like I've been out off road the whole day.
yeah, I can tell you, my friend, Ted answered me that very simple. I don't have nothing to do with road. I'm a off-road company.
Exactly, exactly.
They
For
do
example,
it.
yeah, they love the
They,
forest. They love
they,
the nature.
they do it,
Different
but they said
beast.
they can sell it, but they are made for off-road. And
Yeah.
I just want to do the gear drive, any noise to the right. Gear
If
drive
that's
is
regarding the tram part, gear drive is a very addictive sound. And you know, Nelson, for example, your gear drive for your LaCroix. It's interesting because with the gear drive, if you're off road and you're just off road, gear drive makes sense.
Yeah.
And you know something about belts, you never go back, which makes sense. But gear
Never go
drive,
back. Never
yeah.
go back.
The thing is,
Never.
though, the
I
thing is
tell
with
you
the gear
guys,
drive, it makes a noise that it needs to do. For example, I'll be riding and people
no.
go, "What's that?" And then they turn around because they hear the sound.
Yeah,
The
but you have
sound
to
is
listen.
addictive.
Yeah, but you have to listen to the new what I have in my board. You don't listen nothing, my friend. It's very quiet, and I was
Yeah, but
impressed
that's
because
we're all big. We're all big children with big toys. We all like.
when look, I speak with ATOX, and I say about 1 year ago, I want to have a gear drive. Can you put in my board? And I say, Nelson, leave me alone. I have lots of work. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And I say, you have to make me a gear drive, and I have to make me. I'm
You're a
like this
bad
type of
man
guy.
with passion.
It's like
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
And then one day he calls me and say, "Oh, I don't want to listen no more. Come here. I'm going to make you the gear drive. You have to leave your board because I have to make all the meshes and everything."
Shapes. Yeah, yeah.
And I say, "Oh, okay." And then 2 weeks later, he called me and he said, "Do you like this, or like this?" Just for me to know. And I say, "Yeah, I like it. Do you have it?" "No, I'm going to try." And then 1 week later, he sent me the video what I put in internet, and he say, "Look, if you like, tell me if it's okay for you. If it's okay for you, I just going to." And I was like, my eyes was like,
Yeah.
and it was without
But
no.
you know what's interesting about that, Nelson, is that he's built a system for a board that he doesn't design, and that's like say what you say about people who are creative. He is
This
must be
video,
inspiring. He's a man who built something for another board that he doesn't make.
yeah,
That's inspiring.
this video is from him, not from me. He sent me this video, and I was like, when you see that is in your telephone, that is the video he sent to me. Do you like it? And I was like, look at this.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you
He
very
sent,
much.
yeah, yeah, and he sent me, and he put his wheels and everything without. Then you see the board is very. Oh, wait a second, I'm not showing. Stupid. I was thinking I was
No,
seeing.
but that's the thing. It's
So
wow. Look at
that's
the
what he
green
sent me.
hubs. The green.
Yeah,
Love
he
it.
sent me like this, and he said, "Do you like Nelson?" And I was like sitting in my chair in my home, and I was like, "Oh my
Really excited.
god!" And I say, "Okay, you can come tomorrow and hold it." And I was like, "Oh my!"
Nelson, you need to change your mount for your hypertrucks to green. I'm telling you now.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
them green and red.
yeah. But the problem is that was like a prototype he made for me. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
that was not that is not that he make this one for me just for
I
me
talk
to
about your
try.
hypertrucks. You know your pivot in the middle
Yeah,
for your hypertrucks. Make them green and red. Make it your baby. You make that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
last thing. You know me. I'm all about custom.
yeah, yeah. But in a moment, I'm not going to change nothing because I'm creating something with Detox. It's going to come out with the special trucks that he create for me and for him. I hope that I can have it in next 2 months and for the summer. And the trucks that is like. I hope
It's a
that
good man.
I don't broke my hand again.
But the thing is, right? This is the interesting thing. Like we have these very special people in the community who are pushing the sport further, but we have this rare. Is that because he's speaking
Yeah.
German? She speaks German. Do you know that? I'm gonna throw her under the bus. She speaks a little German. She's been practicing the German. But thing is, this thing
Sehr gut Deutsch.
the thing is, we've got these special people with the community who I'm going to say it. Like I said, I'm going to say
Mhm.
neutral. I'm going to speak freely. Like for example, this is why Mojo in the UK is so special. But not only is he an amazing rider, but he knows his board. He knows how to push it. And we have these people who are innovating, who are making amazing stuff. But we're having the riders to see what they can do is a very rare breed. It's a very rare thing. So like Etox is making amazing stuff. We have the riders sort of pushing the limits of what he's making at the same time. Amazing.
What I love about he talks, I'm going to tell you something. He's a very private person. He don't like cameras. He don't like nothing. He don't like to
Mm.
discuss with nobody. He don't want if he creates something. If
It's not
somebody,
about the fame. It's just about the passion.
yes, he make that with love. Sometimes I speak with him because of the gear drives he created and everything. I say I don't want to. If somebody wants to use it, I put it out for everybody. I sell my stuff. My product is as my name. If it's a little more expensive, that is because I make quality and he makes
Make
quality.
more time. Yeah.
And he said that was the first time he see the gear drives from Lacroix. He said, "Pa, that is amazing product." He said it.
I actually spoke to the guy. I can't remember the name, so I'm going to get this wrong. The
Mhm.
guy who's made the Puck Bruce. I can't remember the name. Um, but the for someone who can respect innovation for someone else is an amazing thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing. That's the right people we want pushing the sport. For someone who can say someone else is doing something better than me, and I can respect that. That's an incredibly
Look,
um,
I'm
what's
going
the
to tell you
thing?
something I say to everybody. I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say that to Ted when I see him. And I always said I'm very sad to see that the companies they cannot work together. I'm very sad that I
It's a
see that
hard thing.
Lee
Business is
that
difficult, isn't
that
it?
Lee is separated now. They cannot work together. They has two companies. I don't understand why Atox is separated with Trampa, and why cannot they work all together? What is the meaning of that? I think that is so special when we are all of us together. I think that is so beautiful. But I know that is business, and business
Business is difficult. It
is going.
changes everything. Money changes everything.
But I don't know. I don't think that is the best way. But I just want to say, everybody do what they want. My opinion. I don't like that. I like to see everybody happy. I don't have no problem with that. Like I always, I don't have no problems with nobody. The only guy I have a little trouble was with what's his name? He make his board. What his name? He has a YouTube and he has now boards selling. What is his name? This guy from Sweden.
Oh,
Sweden.
really? Oh, I can't remember his name now. I know exactly what you mean. Um,
I don't have no problem with him, but I say
yeah,
that
I know what
he's
you mean.
bored.
I know exactly the guy you mean.
I
Really? I'm
speak, I speak,
surprised.
I speak with him in his when he released the board, and I say to him, "Hey, your board for me is the GTX. What I have in my home is the same. Is
But then I know about the board. I say we'll remember it in a second. Someone will put in the comments below. The thing is, I'm going to have to disagree because he was building a direct drive longboard, which is a different board for the community. Surely,
I'm a guy like this. I don't like nobody to steal the
Fabio, that's it. Cassie put it in. Fabio, is that the right one?
Fabio. Yeah, yeah, Fabio. Yeah,
I'm
it's
surprised
Fabio.
because he built a different board because he had the belt drive, but he also built the direct drive longboard. So it's a different board for the community. So I'm surprised. I'm disappointed that that happened because I'm surprised to see that that happened because it's a different board that enriches the community once again. New product that's doing something that no one's doing.
Yeah. You have a question here from Amar. How do you consider to changing the tire of your one wheel?
I have considered changing the XR tire. I'm not going to do it until I try different boards at a group ride. The best thing I could do is go to a group ride and try different one wheels and say that's the one I need for my one wheel. There's no reason to change it until I do so because unlike an Evolve where I can just buy it and go that's different, an XR is a completely different thing.
Yeah, I think it's the same. No, then we go to the another question, my friend. It's like this: do you like to ride more in the day or in the evening?
I like to ride at night more than necessarily day. If it's on my own at night, um, because I can ride without any barriers. I can ride forever. I can
Mhm.
ride for as long as I like without any problems. is a time for just me, I think. Because if I'm riding just on my own, during the day is fine. Normally it's just errands or just whatever I'm doing during the day today. But at night, it's me time where I can switch off, I can put my headphones on, I can relax and go for a long, long ride. So I think for me, more of a night ride is the way to go.
Yeah, I just want to say to Jimmy, the name is Lacroix is Mr. G.
Mr. J.
Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
J.
J.
How about G?
It's Joker.
G.
It's Joker board.
G man. G
It's
bar.
good to got a very special board.
Yeah, and always the
Top
top
three
three
riders
riders
in the UK.
in UK, not including me.
It makes it a little bit easier then. I think the
You,
top riders in the UK is number one. I think Moja has proven himself multiple times that he's one of the best riders in the UK. Two, I think either one of the Brid brothers, Matt, one of the Brid brothers, either Matt, one of those guys would be maybe second place, but they have to fight amongst themselves. Third place, I'd throw a loophole in it. Riders in the UK.
Amen,
I
my
think
friend.
Andrew, yeah, but that's the tramper team. So one tramper team, I think Matt and Andy Bridge proved their worth. And forgive me, Eamon is a rocket, absolutely amazing.
Amen is the best rider in UK.
The thing is, right, and Eamon is amazing. Don't be wrong, Eamon is amazing.
I see him riding in
Yeah,
street,
but
and
the thing is, right, I say I'm gonna throw this at you. Yeah, Eamon is amazing. He really is. But Andy and Matt Bridge, who competed at the Evolve event, had rarely ridden an electric mountain board until that day. Now they've been training. They're getting better. Andy and Matt Bridge are up and coming, and they are doing amazing stuff on the mega ramp at the private farm. They're doing crazy stuff. And then I'd say kind of maybe Andrew McGuinness. Those guys who are London-based, Essex-based, one of the best in the UK right now.
For me, I'm going to tell you like this. First place, I see him riding. I know how he rides. I know that the second thing for me, the second thing is his guy rides and he films. That is so crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can respect that. Like when I was filming my partner for a video, like riding and not looking where you're going.
But you have to think they're coming crazy, my friend. There is in the middle of the woods riding and filming is not easy. And then he can ride in street. I see what
he's amazing.
I see what he did in Paris, and he was in the last lap, and he come in inside where everybody was thinking that is impossible, and he shows that he has two big balls. You don't have. Yeah, that is the
two big balls and one big thumb.
Yeah. But you have to understand. And I say this guy rocks it, and he makes this party like boom. That was the point of you say okay.
The Tramper family. I'm gonna say I make it easier. The Tramper family have got something amazing going on there.
Yeah,
because
okay. The brothers was not there, first of all, but the other guys, Sonny was there. All of them was there, and I can tell you, I see him. The other guys riding, but the only one who was the guy is. I think he's a very special person for the community too. He's very nice. He's very. I don't know how to say. Then you have Moja. Moja is like a crazy guy, a guy who can do everything in his board
as well.
Yeah.
He's a unique person.
Yes.
Because not alone does he know how to ride, he knows how to build as well, which is amazing.
Then the third guy, I'm going to put it. The third guy, maybe Dave. Is a good rider, or maybe Steve. I love him. I think Steve is a fantastic rider. Or I'm going to put it the guy who's always making the videos for Trump. I don't know his name. Always with a blue helm.
What's his name? Do you mean Sonny McGuinness? I'm not saying McGuinness. Sonny Dibbit.
No, it's not Sonny. It's the other guys who is doing all the rides for the Trump. Maybe the guys here know they're going to tell us.
Nathan Jenkins?
Maybe. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Nathan Jenkins is a
Yeah,
rocket.
yeah, it's a rocket. So that is the guys I'm going to put it in the top, my friend. And I love to see every time I see Eamon or Mojo riding. I have the pleasure to see the two of them. One win as street, and Mojo wins as all terrain. And I think that was boom, a bomb, and that changed this Paris event like they change everything.
I'm so
The,
gutted I missed that event. I was going to be there. I'm going to be there every event next time.
everything there's special moments in life that you're going to take for your life. The special moment was a German guy there that he came too late because he had to work, and he came with a machine that was like a crazy machine, and everybody was like, and it was Peter, another German, and you see the guys coming this machine out, and Peter was so polite that Peter was in front of Eamon, and Peter received the prize of helping the
Yeah, he destroyed his remote, didn't he? I remember
yeah,
the story.
but when he fault, he stand up and he helped Heyman to come back again, and they started the race again, and that was a sport thing. I think that was very beautiful for the two of them. And Peter is very fast and a fantastic mechanic and a fantastic engineer. And then comes this guy that his name is Malta, a crazy guy with a pants trumper board.
Tank, yeah.
Yeah, and you can listen his board kilometers away because the power was more than from Eamon. And every time he go out, you just see it. Everybody was like, "Wow, what is that? What is that?"
Yes, monster, yeah.
And then you see the professionality of Eamon, the guy
Respectful,
who
yeah,
can
yeah.
ride, and the guy who has a machine in his hand who can ride, but the power is too much for you. You don't have control of the machine. You understand?
Well,
That is the
if you 12, 10 seconds,
yeah.
be right back. I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
okay.
And they blow up. I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah, no problem. And I want to say to everybody, if you have the chance, subscribe to the channel for me and Tom. And I just want to say, don't forget, Saturday we're going to have Alejandro, the CIO from Baja Board, here with us, guys. If you have the chance, come here. And the other thing I want to say to you, if you have the chance, come and see Rebecca, a fantastic rider from UK, is going to be Sunday in the morning here with us. We have to support the girls. They are fantastic riders, and Rebecca is one of the best. She represents Trempa, UK, and that is very beautiful to see that Trempa has so a fantastic lady. And to show something else here, my friends, let's go. I'm going to show you. Go to Tom, go to my channel, subscribe, have fun, enjoy it. We're going to put a picture here of a very special day that was in UK. That was in end of the year. That was fantastic. We're going to try to show a little more, and I want to answer here to Mark that he said, I do my channel for memories. Yes, I do the same thing, my friend, but I think you have a fantastic channel. You have one of the best videos from the Lacroix, fantastic unboxing. If you have the chance, my friend, do more. I think your content is very good, and it will be fantastic for all of us to see always. I know that you work a lot, but if you have a chance, please, my friend, do something, because then we're going to help you. If you have the chance, go to Mark and make a like, subscribe to his channel. He's a fantastic person too. So, my friend, let's go ahead with what is more important for you, my friend, going fast or enjoying the board, or the two of them?
Always enjoying the board. You remember your roots. Remember that first stage of standing on the board for the first time. Just one thing I was saying now, so I was just thinking, we were saying about the Paris event. I'd say one thing, I'm going to always go to any event I can always go to. For example, if you looked at the event going on in Paris this year, have you seen about that one? About camping over the night? It's a bit like the Micro Winter Games.
Yeah, but the problem, they are not sure that's going to happen, huh, my friend. They have everything planned, but maybe they can not do it. Everything in France is planned, but it's like 80% is not going to happen, and 20% maybe is going to happen. That is the big problem. We have to wait a little more because everything is locked. We are locked. All wrong. Of course, that is the only thing. You see, the guys from It's Electric, they close it. They are not going to do this here no more.
Yeah.
Lots of guys, they close it. And I don't know if they're going to open the doors for all of us to go there. I hope that they make something for us. That will be very important for all of us. But we're going to go to the next question, my friend. That is always what I ask. I'm going to go to fast questions, fast answers. That is
Yeah.
like this. Is about your opinion about different kinds of boards. You have experience with some of them. You test it, and you can give your opinion to the guys who maybe later they want to listen to your opinion because they are confused. They don't know what they're going to buy it. We started with one of the boards. Is Do you ever try a Baja board?
I have not tried Baja board. Actually, no, I have. I tried Baja board at the Evolve Khan event. It moves in a really strange way. It doesn't turn like this. It turns like this. It kind of
Hmm.
turns at an angle, which is really interesting thing. I'm yet. I've yet to see a Baja board that I've been like, yeah, I'd be considered to that be my board. But the new Baja board they've just released with the new carving ability, that's interesting because for me, I have to be proved wrong. I have to. If someone knows a tramper, I need to be proved wrong why something would be better. With the Baja, I think if you're building an off-road board, you need space for the wheels and the enclosure. And for me, a Baja would be good at off-road going up a hill. That's when a Baja would be amazing on really bad terrain. You need the space to do so.
Deine Deutsch ist super. Deine Deutsch ist super, Casey.
I'm so glad she's doing this because
Yeah,
I was going to
she's
say to her last time, I was going to
she,
say
she,
to you in the last stream that she speaks German, and then I
yeah.
thought she'd be a bit out of order.
Yeah, you have to speak more. She says she tell me my German is not so good. She's there. She write it very good. Everything was perfect. So and then we go to the second one is uh involve.
Evolve, I can't name a better first board than an Evolve. One, the support, which is the most important thing. They are supporting the community, and I really want Evolve to release a new board this year. Either reduce the price or build a new board because you've got at the moment Evolve have been in that very comfortable bubble where Boosted was, but Boosted have had made mistakes. But with Evolve, they need to release a new board because they're, for example, I remember when I built my GTX and they never released a new board for a long, long time, and then released a GTR. But unfortunately, the GTR is getting outdated really, really quickly. So they need to release either reduce the price or make a new board.
You see, Amar is telling my favorite ESK8 group ride were was with Tom at night.
That was a special ride with Amar because I went up to Birmingham. And for example, when I say to at the beginning of this live stream, I feel like I'm owed a debt to give back to the community. So when I went to Birmingham to meet Amar and Ben, who so we'll rave massively for the things they've done in that area of the UK. I made a point to go up there on my own, to go with anyone else, to go with anyone else in the car community, to go up to Birmingham to meet Amar, to meet Ben, and go for a group ride and represent and grow the community. These are the people who are doing the big thing in the community. So to go all the way up there, which was about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to Birmingham and meet the guys who are doing good things to the UK community. That was my thing I should do. And we went out for a 20, 30 mile group ride all night I went out with my Laquan Nazari, and we went out all night for a group ride, which was amazing. It was really good to share that passion with more people. And one thing you realize with ESK8, and I think we lose this a lot with us from our community, is especially an example of your new e-bike is it's not just ESK8, it's not just Onewheel, it's not just e-bike. It's about this evolution of getting more people involved in what we do. Nothing makes me happier than going to group rides when I see a Onewheel, a EUC, an e-bike, and something different every time, because it's diversity. We can all grow from that. And I think it's important.
Yeah, that's why I come to the next one. I'm going to talk about 3 companies. They are not anymore with us. I'm going to talk about the 3 of them together. One of them is Melo Drives, is a German one.
Yeah.
It's then you have the Raptor.
Raptor have made more of an impact than any other company.
And you have the Busted Board.
Why? Board?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think one thing we need to all remember as people who are at the beginning of this evolution of this new sport is we need to remember where we all came from. For example, Boosted or Raptor with the Footbox. If we didn't have Raptor, we wouldn't have bio boards of Lacroix. We wouldn't it be available? So we need to, whatever people think of any politics, you need to respect that these people's creativity and vision and dream and inspiration has made it so we can create these rockets, absolute cutting edge of technology where we are now. Forget about politics, forget about Footbox Unity versus Stormcore, but forget about, Boosted Boards versus Evolve. If these companies weren't created, you wouldn't be riding the board you are right now, because this idea of an electric skateboard would have been a joke. It would have been just an idea for someone. But because people have built them, people have created them, we had that gift of being able to ride your board today.
Yeah, that's why I come to the next question. Is like this: is bio board? You're going to receive it?
I'm going to be receiving a bio board at some point soon, which I'm really excited about, because it's going to be a new way of riding the board. I think all-wheel drive is the exciting feature for this year. Are people excited? I think the year before was gear drive. This year is about all-wheel drive. So it'd be interesting to try a bio board to see what the difference is and how you ride it. Because I think one thing that's interesting with riding different boards versus a tramper. Why would you have a tramper and a Lacroix when they both do really high speeds? Because they ride differently.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting to see how, for me personally, how a bio board feels and when that's the board you pick for what you're riding.
Mm-hmm.
I think bio board is doing something that is unbelievable with the speeds that they're getting.
Yeah. Okay. Then we go to the other one. Is we're going to go to Kelly board. What you think?
Oh, I would. To be honest, I'd really love to try a Cali 2.0 and see if it could replace the Evolve. And the reason why I say that is because I love my Evolve. I love it. However, a Cali 2.0 with a 12S4P.
But you never try it in UK.
I can't. Like I said, I've never tried it. I've never tried
but
a Cali.
But you have 2 guys there who ride it. You have Tom, who ride it, and you have
I've never tried Tom's board.
And then you have Louise.
Yeah, Louise? I've never tried them.
Yeah, you have to.
Louis hasn't actually I don't think he owns a Cali anymore because he owns a custom Apex board. I think that's what he's riding right now, which I believe, if I remember correctly, Apex are upgrading the motors to them anyway. So that's kind of gone. There's not much Cali presence in UK, which for me is more exciting. I love to see more innovation. If I can go to a group where I say Cali, Require, Evolve, Onewheel, and everything, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but you have to think before the Kelly boards was not so special because most of the products was all of them from a Trump board. Today is different. Today they don't have not so much products
I
from them.
tell you what, when Inesso announced the Caddy XLR, I think that's a brilliant thing because I explained, for example, with the X-Ray Atlas is squeezing the Evolve, which is good
Mhm.
because then them two can challenge each other. Lacroix and BioBuild were in their own kind of community. Cali was there, but not all the way there. Now that Cali have released the XLR, that means Lacroix are going to have to improve their standard, which means that they're going to challenge each other, which is good, which is better for you, for me, because then you've got riders who are out there. Which when I want to buy a really high end board, do I look at a Cali XLR or do I look at Lacroix Super Sport?
But my big question is always what he use. He used the Strom core.
But that's the thing, we don't know.
I see the board. I try to find what they use, and don't say that if they use this because
They
if they
can't
are,
because it's an 18S. They can't use the Storm Call
of
because it's an
course, the
18S.
100 can you can use it. The
Exactly.
100, that's what I asked to Alex last time. If you have a normal board like us, you go to 60. If you have more than 12, then you need the 100.
100 a day, yeah.
Behold that you don't need it. That means the 20 is 20
It's a new
8p
thing.
is good for the 100 storm core. But I don't know because I don't know if Ernesto in a moment is very good with Alex. They are very good friends. I don't know now because the last time I speak
Now
with
they're
Alex,
challenging each other. Yeah,
yes,
they're different people.
and I see Ernesto saying something in the internet. The one of your questions: why can you not
Maybe
say I
make
don't want? Why cannot I don't send the board back that I don't receive it? And Ernesto said, if a guy don't want my board, I send him the money back. But in Lacroix, you cannot say I don't want any more
But the
of
thing is,
the.
that's good for you and me and the community. Like conflict between companies, I hate to say a good thing because it makes it better because they want the customer. So, for example, for someone like you, for someone like me, for someone who is not bound to one company, that's a good thing because when I go to buy a super high end, extremely expensive electric skateboard, do I go to this company or this company? And they fight, which is good because
Yeah, but
they have a challenger.
yeah, but now you are in a very difficult position because you have two fantastic boards, and you have to choose one of them
But that's
because
good because then they fight and make it better for us. They
yeah,
make
but
it better for consumer.
yeah, but now you want the two of them. How can you have the two of them? They might, but
You
you
pick
know the
one.
prices. You have the you see the prices now. The prices is like wow.
But
You have to.
prices are more than my car at
Yeah,
this point.
was one guy in Germany because the cars in Germany is not so expensive because when you buy it maybe 1 year later you can buy a Mercedes very cheap, and the guy
Yeah.
said in Israel I can buy a Mercedes Bentley here in Germany. That is always a big question. Do I buy it or not? But then we come to the next question. We're going to
But
leave
then
it. That
so
is
one last thing though. No, I'm gonna say one last thing.
yeah.
Is when people say the price we're paying for these machines is there's a very special type of person that's prepared to spend that much money on a skateboard.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I
That's the thing.
understand. I understand. I understand you perfectly, my friend. But you have to say we come to a level, my friend. That is that enough of the price, or do we going to go higher? Because every day is coming higher and higher and higher.
When I looked at my like in the beginning of this interview, we talked about my GTX.
Yeah.
That was a crazy amount of money. I said this to my
Yes.
partner the other day. If someone said to me 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you're going to spend over £1,000 on a piece of wood with batteries in it, I'd have been like, "You're crazy. That's ridiculous." But when I tell you what that does for me in regards to where I can ride and the people I can meet and the competitions I can race in and the places I can go, it pays for itself. So we're all at the start of something really exciting, and we don't know
Yeah,
where
but
it's going to
you see, we're not going to talk too much. We're going to go to the Ryan. The Ryan cost $10,000. The new one, ten
go. It's a
$10,000.
motorbike.
Yeah,
It's
what are
not
you?
it's not a
For
scooter. It's a motorbike.
$10,000, my friend. I was in the first one was two to five, close to five
Yeah, but you
thousand
don't need
dollars.
to buy the highest performance one. The
Yeah,
basic
man.
would be enough. It'd be
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, but I don't say it like today. I buy my bike for my wife. The normal price was about €4,000. Okay, I make a good deal, and I was lot less for €4,000. I was not going to buy it. That was simple like that. I think that is too much. I think that is too expensive. I have the luck that the guy I'm accustomed for him, and he make me a discount. But normally it's too expensive for one bike, my friend. It's like it's like explosion. You can buy it and you can pay
But the thing
everything.
is, you say it's too expensive. But the interesting thing is that someone will buy it.
No, of course, of course. I'm going to tell. I say to everybody. Of course, the guy who give me the bike, he knows I have a channel of YouTube. I know lots of person. He knows that I'm going to ride it, and it is going to be good for him. But it's the same, my friend. I think it's too expensive. I will tell him in his face. I'm not going to say to my friends that it's not expensive. I think
The
that is
thing
too
is,
expensive.
this is the thing I say about Le Croix. It is extremely expensive, and I talked about this with my partner the other night, which was you tell me another company. There's a few other ones out there, BioBoys, Cali, whatever, where you can tell me where you're buying a Le Croix, where not every single part of that board is not made custom for that board.
Mhm.
The Le Croix, the only thing is maybe the tires.
Yeah,
The hubs are unique. The trucks are unique. The enclosures
but
unique. The batteries, the enclosure, everything's
I,
unique on the board,
But
and you pay for it.
I asked to Alex if he's going to change the tires. He's not going to change, and I think the tires from Ernesto, if they are like this, because
The
that
big
is
fat ones, yeah,
yeah,
the big
that
chunky
is.
ones.
But you have to think that is 210 to 75. That is not going to. You cannot put it in every oops. You
Every
cannot
hub.
yeah, you cannot have them because that is 75. 75 is not for it. You have to buy one extra, and of course that is a tire. I think for the Lacroix is going to be amazing because you're going to be like this. It's like very
Thick
close to the very close to the
enclosure.
to the no very the tire is going to be like this, and you're going to be to ride it. You're going to be you can go faster because you don't have so much like me. I have my wheel now, I have my tire, and I have the
Future.
the whoops from Atox.
Okay.
Every time I make the 200, that makes like a balloon,
Yeah.
and it's very big. And when I put it this one from Ernesto, I think the tire is going to be like this, very small. If you see the board, I can see. I
But
can show
we're
you.
all scientists. We're all creating new things. You try it. For
Yeah,
example, and
but
Nelson, you're a good example. For example, you tried different size wheels before you settled on what your fat, sexy
if
board. It is
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm like this. I think because the last time I see a wheel like this that was from Metro board, and I say, okay, the wheel from Metro board is going to be like this designed, not so round. And you tell me, no, that is just in a picture. When you make air inside, that is not going to be the same. You understand what I'm trying?
I'm so happy that Khalid made this board. It's
He's going to
beautiful.
come here, my friend, and you're going to see it. He's going to show it us how that works. Definitely. Let me see what the guys are telling. Have a good night. Spider, have a good night, my friend. And
That man is everywhere.
definitely, I'm not. Yeah, but it's like this. He deserves it. He has a nice board. I think he's a fantastic board, but it's very expensive.
It is expensive, but you pay for what? No offense, we're looking at boards that only so many people want and so many people are prepared to pay for. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's a very small community with a very small community within it that want to buy that.
So then we come to the next one. Onewheel.
In regards to what do you mean by Onewheel?
What is your opinion for the
I
Onewheel?
love the one. I love, to be honest, for someone who's been one wheel riding for 6 months, I love the Onewheel, and I think for people who ride ESK8, give it a try because it will give you the opportunity to ride something that you didn't expect that you would love so much. The only interesting thing for me with the Onewheel is where does it sit in regards to the next stage? You know, where are we going to go? What can Inertium, what can Onewheel do to improve their product? Because unlike with ESK8, we can make these longer, we can make them wider. With the Onewheel, how much space do you have to make their product better? You know,
Yeah.
And for the price point, I do think it's overpriced for what it is. But then you could argue that with many of the products on the ESK8 community right now.
Yeah, because if you see like this, Tom, it's like this. I always tell to everybody, if you go to in America, it's not going to be expensive because you don't have extra taxes, you don't have nothing. But if you go to UK or Europe, you're going to have these fines, the taxes, and everything.
I'll tell you what on that is, as a buyer, you have a choice between this or this. And then you've got to decide what's more appropriate for you. That's the interesting thing. That's what it comes down to. It all comes back to money. Do you want to spend £1,700 on this or £700 on that? And what's worth it to you? This will go further than this. And this will have more power and speed than this. But this is, you press one button and you ride. That's it.
Yeah. So I have here that the guys are talking. Do you see the last interview with the
suspension? Yeah.
With the suspension. What is your idea? What is your opinion?
I think it's over engineering what it needs to be done. I think the suspension is a good thing. It is, but I think it's the wrong direction. I think we should be improving either the battery configuration or completely innovating the design, because
but the battery as you there now, you have the option. You can buy this
XR, the new battery. Yes, I know exactly what you're going to say. The thing is, Emotion. What's the company? Is it Emotion? I can't remember the name. Future Motion. That's the one.
Future Motion. Yeah.
Yeah. Future Motion have locked it with the new board. So, for example, older Onewheels are becoming more desirable because you can modify them. The thing is, I don't want Future Motion becoming this where they are holding on to the Onewheel design as long as they can without improving it. Onewheel haven't released a new board for years. They released the Pine, which is great, but is that improving what the XR can do? No, it's not. They need to release. They need to release a new design.
The Onewheel released in these 2 years. That was the XR, but they make it then the Pine. But they has released the V1. Then the Plus, then the XR, and I think they are selling like water the Onewheel, and they see why changing the product now in a moment that we are
because this environment is moving so quickly.
But the problem is like this: when you have a skateboard, you have lots of options. But with the Onewheel, no one can build the Onewheel because they are the creators and they don't let nobody
I
to do
agree.
it.
I agree. And to be honest, Onewheel and Future Motion have proven the protection of the product, which is good and bad at the same
Yeah,
situation.
but
I've seen Future Motion go to um, events where they've taken products off the shelf from competitive markets, which I think is awful. They've seen a company making something similar to what they've made, and they've taken them off the shelf at an exhibit. What Future Motion should be doing is improving the design. They can't sit on the unique element, which is a Onewheel, as long as they are. For example, Evolve have done that. Evolve did that at the
wait a
beginning with
second.
their GTs. They did really well. Let me switch in. I'll keep talking. So with the Future Motion, they've made a design which is really known to be really well. What they need to do is improve the design. For example, I can't remember the company. I should know this, but there's Onewheel companies out there, not Onewheel companies, but batteries are being made for the older model of the XR to improve the performance of the XR. They should be making that board. They should be making the board with a 13S 3P battery with the elements of the pine. That's the next board. But it's up
So
to them to make it.
yeah, but you have some things like me. I talk with you in private. I'm going to send you something that is a creation. Is not outside. Is a creator here from Germany, and he creates something for the community. He create other things. I'm going to show you everything because I'm going to have an interview with him. He create lots of things for the community, and then they came these companies and they use the product and they are selling now his product. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? And sometimes it's not fair, but that is life. That is the jungle, my friend. That's why sometimes is when I showed you the product, what this guy created is so simple, and it's going to easy your life, for you to put your board. But it's not that. What I want to say, I just want to answer here. This I'm going to answer like this, my friend. Future Emotion did not make more of improvements for the V1 to the XL. No, I'm going to tell you the extent because I have the V1 and I know everything. There's lots of improvement made. There's put first of all, they has put the V1 to the XR. You have a sensor is better than the other one, and then you have the other thing is the motors from the V1 is 500 watts, and the XR is 750 watts.
That's what's interesting about the Growler, because the Growler is the middle between the Pint and the XR. It's the best of the XR with the agility and the carving of the Pint. That's what
Yeah,
makes it really well.
yeah, and you have to think with the V1. You go about 80 kilometers per hour. I don't know in
Yeah,
miles,
that's fine.
but there is about 13 miles an hour. And with the XR, you're going to go about I think 28, 29 kilometers per hour. Is going to be about 20, 23 kilometers per hour. Miles. I don't know. That is lots of improvement. No, of course.
Well, one
Why?
thing I think people need to change is about the idea of what a Onewheel is. Onewheel is not about top end speed. It's not about speed. It's about the feeling, and that's what Onewheel do well. The Onewheel is good because of the way you ride the board. If you want something quicker, get something else. Get something else. You don't look at Onewheel and you go, "That's the fastest thing ever." You ride the Onewheel because you enjoy the way it rides. So don't think I need it to be really, really quick. It's not designed for that. Get something else. That's what the
Yeah,
thing
but
is. Onewheel
don't
is about
forget.
different.
But don't forget that the record of speeding of Onewheel. Do you know the record of
No,
top
that tell
speed?
me, please tell
Huh?
me. Tell me.
47 miles per hour.
How?
That is yeah. That is like the guy who do that. He can control it when the sensor go out, and he can control it the same
balance.
time. Yeah, the balance he makes from himself, and he achieved this 47 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
but that's not what a one wheel is about. One
Yeah,
wheel
but
is about being free to ride smooth, to ride without think. Like for example, someone who rides electric skateboards and one wheels. A one wheel is about riding and not think about anything but the ride. You ride the one wheel because you just want to ride.
yeah, but you have to think like this. The motor has the power to go this speed. But the guys there, they say, okay, this speed is enough. Because if you go faster,
It's
that
dangerous.
it can be danger and it's going to eat all of your battery.
But this is what Evolve say about the GTR boards. Evolve are not going to make a faster board. They're not going to do it because
Yeah.
Jeff believes he wants safety under his belt. He wants people to ride, enjoy the product, and be safe. Alex is in a different ball game. Same thing as an Esto. For example, the guys building the Bibles, they build them because they want to build the best that's available. Evolve could do that. But it's a different community.
You cannot compare it because if you and me, Tom, when we started, that was the board. The price was about 2,000. I don't know, one
Yeah,
hundred
yeah,
seventy
whatever it is.
pounds.
Yeah,
Pounds. So that is a price that you can achieve it. That is a real price.
for
That's why.
someone who's buying from a shop.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. That is a price you can say, okay, I can make it, and I can
Mhm.
pay in 2 years or something like that because I have the guarantee of 2 years.
Exactly.
But when you buy a Lacroix, first of all, you don't have the guarantee of 2 years. You have 3 months or something like that. I
Mhm.
don't know how many is now. Then you have to pay for a board who cost at £5,000. I don't know how much cost
Yeah.
now. Now that is Alex said to me in an interview, they're going to make boards like the bigger,
More
like
affordable.
yes,
More
more
affordable.
affordable. But you're not going to get the same things like you get with a big one. Of course, he wants to open a challenge because he don't like Involve. He has lots of wishes before with Involve, and
I don't know. Do you know what's interesting? I'm going to say this. I'm going to sorry to butt in 1 second.
mhm.
But with Evolve, every single person who wants to compare a company always go to Evolve. Why is that?
Yeah, but
Because they're the ones who are doing the first things on everything. They're the ones who are creating the events. They're the ones who get people into the sport. They're the ones who get people into ESK8. They're the first people to do it. And for example, Boosted, like for example, it was always Boosted and Evolve, but Evolve have hosted events. They've helped the community. They've always created the products that do the power and the range. Yes, they cost more, but they have the support and the community to do that.
yeah, but you have to understand one thing: the market in America was big, and for Involve,
America is the example for
yes,
everything.
yes, yes.
Every community.
Yes, the problem is America. You can drive everywhere you want. You can do everything you want. And here in Europe, you have laws. You have is different, and or in Australia, it's difficult. We have laws. You have to respect the laws, and it's going to be a little. Sometimes it's too much, but okay, is that that's works. That's why for boosted board was easy. Oh, I'm selling. I don't have no problems. I'm selling a lot, and that was the problem. And Involve was not getting there because Busted Board was there, and Involve was like nothing for them because it was expensive. When you see the difference, what they have to pay was expensive. But today, Boosted is not anymore there. Involve is the
And I
number
think
one.
that's a real shame. And I really honestly say that. I think whatever anyone has to say about Boosted, you should always respect the people who have created this community.
But they are
Evolve
idiots.
and Boot.
They are
Yeah,
idiots.
yeah. The thing is that
Sorry.
Boosted, if it wasn't for Boosted, there would be
Yeah.
less of a
But
community than there is now.
hey, let's talk about two men. That is simple. They are stupid idiots. Why? Because they think, okay, now we're going to make the scooters. Why they don't invest in the boards?
But the thing is, though, that's the thing is, it's not, in my opinion,
Seven
it
millions, my
was.
friend.
Yeah, but
Seven
the thing is,
millions.
yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't just the scooter. It wasn't just the scooter. They
but
changed the deck from the loaded deck. They changed the
yeah, but
supplier.
that's not the problem. The problem is you have, like me and you, we are investing in them. You give 3 millions, I give 3 millions. I want to have my money back. You understand? They are not waiting, and they see that the A scooter was a disaster, and that was the big problem. If you go to, there is a video that they show now from the boosted, the things they have to sell it, like it's no, they have it there,
The
and
thing is, though, like Shaz put in just comment just now, which was Casey Neistat got me into ESK8. The influencers where we started, which was the J Bostons, it was Casey Neistat. These are the people who influenced this sport into what it is now. And at the beginning, it was Ownboard, it was Evolve, and it was Boosted at the beginning. They were the people who started this community. Whatever business decisions they made, be it good or bad, they helped grow this sport.
yeah,
No,
but before that was, from Involve, was another companies. My first board, I see it, that was an American board from one guy, private, that was like a pencil. The battery was like this big, and you have a range of maybe 12 kilometers. I try it, you cannot move the deck, and that was like,
exactly.
yeah, that was like, and
That
then
was how close we got to people who creating electric skateboards. We're just talking about skateboards at this point, but people who created electric skateboards who made things which were shit. They were
yeah,
crap. And companies like Boosted and Evolve or Ownboard who made these, or Nexus Board, whatever they were, made the products better so we could have the other boards later.
yeah, but the problem is like this, or you stick in the, first of all, Boosted was very bad service. Everybody was, if you have some issue, you have to wait 3 4 months for enter. So you have your board. I see YouTubers, guys, who talk about it, that every time they have to send to California, or that was like hell. That was the big
Miserable.
problem. Yes. Then I was in the groups. The guy said, "Why don't you make off road? Why don't you make this?" And they never listened to nobody, because they was thinking, okay, we are the kings and we do everything we want.
The thing was with Boosted, the last thing they did, which was really good, which little people, not many people have done, is when they built the boosted beams, when they made the battery light, when they made the lights that talk to the board. That was the best thing they did, and it was the last thing they did. There's not enough companies that, for example, shred lights are really good lights. They really are, but they need to talk to the board. When you're braking, the light should become brighter. That's what Boosted does. The very last thing they did, and that's why if you look on eBay or whatever
Hmm.
service you look at, if you look at Boosted beams, they are a lot of money
Hmm.
because they are really good design. And I don't know why more companies are not making lights that talk to the board.
Yeah, but that was the problem, my friend. That's why if you don't listen to the customers, you're not going to go in the right direction. Then we go to another board, my friend. Now we're going to the three boards that you have, the two boards that you have. Trample board. What's your opinion for the guys there?
Tramper board is designed to be off road. However, and I'm going to say
Stop,
however,
stop. No, no, yes, yes, you can continue. I was thinking
the
I
thing
don't
is,
speak.
yeah, boosted board, a tramper board are designed to be off road. Off road. However, you need to be prepared to understand that an off road board requires much more maintenance than a board you take to the shops, you take on tarmac. If you bring an off road board into the forest and you ride it how it's meant to be ride, prepare to pay for it. Because if you take a board off road, there's much more wear, there's much more tear, there's much more demand on the board. You're not riding on the smoothest battery, the smoothest pavement in the world. You're riding off road and you're riding on heavy ground, and your board is going to suffer for it. You need to pay for that. For
Yeah,
example, like my gear drive has made me miserable at times. I've gone to ride off road and it's destroyed it because I'm riding off road. If I ride on the smoothest pavement in the world, in the city, it will survive much longer. But if I take the tramper into the forest where it's designed to be, it will break. It's going to design to break. It's designed to break. However, you're going to pay for that. For example, if I said to you, if you took your boosted board, now we just talked about it, into the city, it would last a lot longer. However, can you take your boosted board into the forest? No. You could take your tramper into a pump track. You could take it to the city. You could take it off road. You could take it to the beach. It will break.
But that was the problem from them. That was the problem from them. That's why I'm telling you, they don't listen to the customers.
If you're in the UK and you own a tramper board, within 2 days you can get the part you need in the UK.
Yeah.
They are the best for shipping. And it's irrelevant if you're a YouTuber, if you're a person in a position of influence, they will get that part to you as quickly as they can. And they will test it. Yeah. Tramper, if you look at tramper videos, they are going to pump tracks, they are destroying the boards. They are testing the boards. And that's the confidence you can see. The only problem with a tramper is that every single element is designed to break in a certain way. So if you buy a tramper, you need to expect if you're going to use it for what it's designed for, you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's not a product like an Evolve or a Boosted.
Yeah. I just want to say to Amar, your dog is enjoying my dog is always with me.
Baby.
He's always with me. If there is 2 days I put him out from here, and he was with my wife, and he put my wife as crazy, and she has to bring it. He's always with me. He's like my best friend. But now we're going to go. I'm going to say hello to Billy. I want to say hello to the guys who are there. Nobody leaves there. That means the conversation is being interesting. That is very good. I just want to say, guys, if you have the chance, go to his channel. Billy has a channel. Shirt has his channel. Go there, subscribe, enjoy it. They have lots of content. They have lots of videos. You can see it. Then, in the time we were speaking about the tramper, I want to show you something. What was the sensation with the snow?
Snow is fun, man. It really is fun. To be honest, it's really strange. If you look at this video, I'm on my tramper with nothing but a battery cap over my battery box. I went out in the snow, and this was a bit of a stressful ordeal actually, because I really wanted to get out on my tramper in the snow. And I was speaking to actually the public today, and I was saying about electric skateboarding and whatnot. And you want to ride it, we're lucky, and you and me and the community are lucky now. We can ride boards where we can ride them with a little bit of bad conditions and know we're okay. If you are out in your Evolve or Tramper or LaCroix and it starts to rain, you're not, I'm going to say it, fucked. You're not fucked, because the board will take a little bit of punishment. I went out in the snow on my tramper knowing that it would be okay. And I'll tell you one thing, it's very special to know that we can ride these boards under these conditions. All I had to do was put a cover over my battery box, and that was it. That's all I needed to do. And it was fine.
Yeah, that was what is the name of this guy from China was with you in an event from
what, Tilo?
From this guy's from China who was in an event from Belgium with you guys.
Oh, Tilo. Yeah, Tilo.
Tila, he has a buster board. I don't understand why he ride at the buster board. Are you seeing what now is Billy?
He rides Tramper now. Tilo
he's now with the Tramper, but he was in an event. He was with.
Oh, he's riding boost.
He was with the boosted board. Hello.
Yeah, I'm back. We're back. Yeah, Tilo was riding boosted board at the time, and he's evolved into a Tramper.
Oh, perfect. That sounds better, because that is like nothing.
We have to.
And
The thing is, though, I have to respect where we came from. Always have to respect where we came from.
yeah, I respect it. I have a busted board. I have two busted boards. I buy the mini,
You know
mini.
what? On eBay, just for example, for me, I still look at boosted boards. One day, I'm gonna get a boosted board
If you want a
because
busted board, I give you tomorrow one. I have here one.
I
You can try it.
don't know why. I love the boost. I just think for me is we should always remember where we came from.
Yeah,
Always remember.
I have the busted board, the V1, and I have buy it the mini, and the mini I ride it for 10 minutes. I put it to sell it
Nelson,
because that
I need to know. I need to know what was your first board. I need to know this question while we're on stream.
my first board that I buy it that I was for me one board was unique unique go a go.
Okay.
That was my first board that I buy it about close to 7 years ago. But
Wow,
I
you've been
try.
since day one, yeah. Day one, you've been into
I
ESK8, yeah.
may. I mean, ESK8. The one I have it was a DJ. That was a DIR made from a German guy, and that I was the only one. That was like a Panzer because the battery the
Yeah.
battery was bigger than the board.
Do you know what? This is the thing.
And
I'm now in
this
this
from the
mentality where I
wheels.
want the boards. I want the first boards. I want the first boards that were created. For example, I haven't got it here right now, but I've got a Evolve Gen 2 deck.
Mhm.
I want old school. I want the beginning boards to respect where we came from.
Yeah, but it's like this, my friend. I have now closed. I'm going to make in a summer. In the summer, I'm going to make 9 years of this. Last time I was speaking with the guy from Germany who has the Involve, and he tell me, Nelson, I have 11 years, close to 12 years, because he started with the same board that I started, and he said,
Is
"Do
it
you
the
have
Bigfoot?
that is was made by hand from a guy from Germany, and do you know how I get it? I was with a drone, and I want to sell my drone, and I put it in eBay, and one guy from Berlin said
Would
to
do the
me,
trade.
"Do you want to trade the drone for an
Yeah,
electro
I
skateboard?"
love that.
And I say, "Eh,
What
electro
is this?
skateboard?"
What is this crazy thing? Yeah?
Then the guy said to me, "But you have to come here and you have to come
Collect,
to
yeah,
Berlin and collect it because that is
yeah,
very heavy." And I
yeah,
say,
yeah.
"Skateboard," and I go to
Oh.
internet to try to find it. I don't find nothing, and I say, "What is this from shit?"
But this is the important thing. For example, like, for example, I've been in this for 4 years, and I look at Tim, I look at Lee, I look at Billy, who just put commenting right now. These people, oh, Kevin Dark, like these people are the influencers and the people who are creating this sport, like you, and like if it wasn't for you trading in your drone versus this crazy electric skateboard, you wouldn't be doing what you're right now.
No, no, that was like he contact me. I don't contact him. He came to me.
Yeah,
He tell me, "Do you want to do it?" And for me, it was like, and then I try it. That was the perfect thing. I try it,
it's
and I say,
amazing the first
"Oh,"
experience.
I say,
What
"Oh,
is
that."
this magic?
I said, "That is fantastic." And you go about, I think that was close to 50 kilometers per hour, maybe 11 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit,
Wow.
that is fast."
Yeah. You look
That
at
is
now, it's amazing.
and then I was in a small road and I have an accident. And I say, when I look, when I think today, I say, how can you have an accident and in
Exactly.
11
But
kilometers?
this is for me. Like, this is one thing that, like I said at the beginning of the stream, is that we must remember where we all start. There was that one moment where someone said, "You try my skateboard," or someone makes a video, or someone makes a picture, or whatever it is. It's about getting another rider, and then if you can share that passion you have right now with someone else, is incredible. It's an
Yeah.
amazing thing.
It's a different thing, but you cannot. I'm very sad that I changed it. Then my this board, I
It's
give it
gone.
Yeah, I give it to the guy that I
Do you know
changed it.
what? This is an interesting conversation. I had the same thing with Cassie about 2 months ago. For example, I had it, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I had a GTX, was my first board. And I remember selling that to someone to get the next board. And I said to Cassie, I said, for example, you're selling your GTX. I know it's sad, but you need to let it go to let another person ride your board so you can get the next thing. You can get the next thing, and then they can be another person riding. That's the most important thing.
You have a special question here. I think you can answer this one.
What's the question? Where women
So the women can the time and skate and wish the best boards or men cool thing
where women clothing all the
skating
time?
again.
Skate wherever you want. Who's the best? What do I mean? I don't understand the question.
I don't understand too.
Where women clothing all the time? Oh, this is the question, right? Okay, where women clothing all the time and e-skate. Go back. Go on. I'm gonna get this. Where women clothing all the time and e-skate wherever you want with the best board, or wear men's clothing never again. But look. I'll wear whatever I need to do to share the love of what I do. I don't need approval for what I do. I love this sport and the community we've created. If someone wants to challenge what I'm doing, is for example Nelson saying to me, "Would you wear ladies' clothes and wherever you want?" I would wear a big fucking bunny outfit for the rest of my life and share the love of what I do. I love this sport, and I said at the beginning of the stream, I feel like I have a debt to pay for what I have gained from this sport to give back to the next person, and it will never be done. For example, like I love this more than any sport I've ever done before, and I've made some amazing people through the sport, like you and other people in this community, and I've gone to amazing places and shared that love. So do whatever I can to do more of what I love to do.
That's why you have Billy. Billy, I think, is the best friend you have.
Billy was the first guy I ever met in Eastgate. Billy and Tim. And another guy, I can't remember something, he had a LaCroix. He had a DIY LaCroix. And that's what I said to it. I tell you a funny story about Billy, right? I had my GTX, which I thought was the best board ever made at the time. And we went for a group ride, and I went and I did 11, 10, 12 miles on my GTX. And I ran out of charge. And he had, and I'm going to tell it for the record, a custom Kevin Dark battery. And I looked at his charge, and he had 50% charge left when I ran out of charge. 50% charge left. And I'd done 7 miles on my GTX, and he still had 50% charge left. And he was still going. What am I drinking? Nelson, you said don't, but I'm gonna try a little bit of Jim Beam. But I rode with Billy, and he showed me. This is why Evolve have 18650 cells. If it wasn't the likes of Kevin Dark and other people in the community making better batteries, we wouldn't have pushed the community to have better batteries from where we are now. When Evolve were making the GTs and GTXs, they had phone batteries. They had batteries for phones. They weren't designed for e-skate. And for people like Kevin Dark and other people in the community, in the DIY community, pushing for better batteries, we would not be riding 18650s or 2100, 700 milliamp batteries where we are now.
I just want to tell to me, I never have no issue with Trump service. I listen from some guys out of Europe, but sometimes it's not Trump. Sometimes it's customers. Sometimes like me, I'm waiting for the Shrek lights, and they are in a police, the customs in here in Germany, and they are close to 2 months there.
Really? You've been yes. That's SO1000.
Yes.
Can I ask what you're going to put up? I'm interested.
Yes, but that was like this. I want to make when Eric was here. He said, "Now, so I'm going to send you
Oh, okay. So that's the review,
and I say, if you give me, I'm going to give to the guys here from the channel. I'm going to give it as and
gift,
the customs here in Germany say something free. No, you have to
It's
pay.
dangerous.
Yeah, they don't believe it.
Do you know what's interesting thing? I had the same thing with Autobag. For example, Autobag sent me an Arca bag for free. It's the first thing I've ever received for free. And I gave that to a mall, which we talked about in the stream earlier. And I had to pay duty import tax for that. To be honest, it doesn't matter. If I can see someone it would help someone, then I will do that.
But you understand, my problem here, Tom, is like this. I want to make the review from the lights for you guys, and I cannot make the review. That is too late. Because they don't let it out. And that's why maybe sometimes I don't want to say that Trump makes a good, for me, till today, they make a good service, and I live in Germany. I don't know the other guys.
Nelson. I'm going to throw this in there. Sorry to interrupt you, but I need to say this. Is you have the same idea that I have. If someone says you Trump are shit, you will not accept that until you've experienced a bad example from Trump. And I think that's really important. People said to me about people in the community are bad people. And I said, okay, that's fine. Wait until they have told me wrong, not you tell me they're wrong. Because if I go in and tell you that, for example, if I overshare, if a Onewheel share, and I go and buy, and I don't buy one because of what you've told me, that stops me from, that makes me a bad person. Because, for example, I will make my decision on what people tell me, not you telling me that someone's bad.
Yeah, that's the big problem. Sometimes I know that the people are upset. Sometimes they are. I understand them. But sometimes maybe it was a mistake not from the company. Maybe it was a mistake for was another mistake. Yes. Or was a mistake. I can tell you. I can tell. I sent a TV. TV is the same in English. TV.
Describe.
Or no, TV. Television.
Okay. Video.
No, television. Monitor. What's the name?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, monitor. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I sent to my wife in Brazil, and was 2 years disappeared. Nobody knows where was that. I received the money from the company here in Germany, from the DHL. I received the money, and 2 years later, the DHL, they have the research, and they find that one man take the television to his home in Brazil. That's why you cannot make that the mistake is, you have to be careful what you yes, you have to be careful what you say, because sometimes it's not from the I'm not telling that the Trump don't do it.
Terrible. Yeah, it's one person who doesn't change the whole
Moe, these guys who make the trucks for the race in America.
Okay.
They has this
Stooge boards. Is that true?
Yeah, that is Moe biggest. That is the trucks. These are three trucks. I'm going to show you. Okay. You know what is Moe? You just know they make that is. You know, David was with us in
Stooge trucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend. Do you know what? Right, I didn't. As soon as we went to Bruzik and we met David on his Stooge board, I tell you one thing, I heard that board before I saw it. I heard the board. It was like, what is this lightning, this crazy sound from this board? And I'm like, man, this is something special. And for example, you remember watching me, Nelson, on the races when it was me and David racing on the tracks? That is respect to another rider, as in, like, you have something special, I have something special, we race and we see who can do the best. That's the difference.
So, and this guy, he sent me a t-shirt or something like that, or stickers. I don't know what he sent me.
Whatever,
he sent me, and till today I don't receive it, my friend. And the guy, he called me and he said, Nelson, why don't you receive it? I say, what can I do, my friend? And that was before the interview. He said, I'm going to send you something. And till today is nothing. But I have days in the middle of America in some place. Just say California.
That's not that person's fault. That's the difference.
Do you understand? Sometimes it's difficult for us to. Now we go to the other one, my friend. The last one is La Croix. Your opinion?
Ooh.
You have two boards till the moment. You have the Nazaré.
I'm going to talk. I have to be honest. I think La Croix is a lot of money, but what you pay for is someone who's creating something that's the best of what is available right now. They charge a lot of money for what they have, but they make the best of what's available right now. I think for me, the frustrating thing is what you said about Cali before, which is La Croix. Cali are involved in the community. La Croix is not enough, and I'm gonna have to say it, and I have to be honest. For someone who has no ties to anything, when Moja lost everything in a house fire, the La Croix did not answer the call and check to see how he was. And that is enough for me to say that is disappointing. For example, and this is why I rate Evolve in the way I do, because when I was no one, who had no subscribers, had no impact in the community at all, Matty from Evolve supported me and said to me, "You're doing a good thing. This is what I suggest to make yourself better, and this is where I go from it." If someone says you're an ambassador, you're part of my family for this brand, my opinion is you have all my support, and if you need me, I'm there. La Croix did not support Moja when they needed to, and I think that is not a good thing. Moja needed support.
I'm going to tell you you have to understand the game. The game is something in the middle. I know the game. I know I listen to the two of them, and I don't know if Moja is right or if Alex is right. I have to tell you that what I listen is like I think we don't know everything. That way is better. Yes, because I tell you that what I understand from Moja, and he was very sincere with me, and I think Moja don't want to have a contract with Alex.
Yeah, he told me that in person. He told me, for example, he doesn't want to be bound to one.
Yes,
brand.
But Alex is a lawyer, my friend, and he wants to make sure he's not giving something. You understand? I don't know. I don't want to talk so much about that because I don't know what is today. Alex was the first one to tell in the interview he don't likes to be called ambassador. He likes to be called a rider.
But the thing is, right, with Moja, he said he didn't want. That's what Moja said in regards to it. He didn't want to be referred to as ambassador. He wants to be referred to as a rider. Moja is proven he's one of the best riders in the world. He really is. He's proven that. But what I'm telling you, for example, Nelson, if I said to you right now, I need you to support, you be there. The word ambassador, forget about La Croix, about this conversation. The word ambassador gets thrown around way too much in this community. I want to be ambassador for everything. That's the problem.
I'm going to tell you something that I speak with Amar before Amar was in X-Way ambassador, and I said to him, I have lots of invites. I have lots of guys who tell me to be ambassador from his companies, and I always tell to them, I have lots of boards. I have lots of loves, and can I write my loves? Can I put in my videos the things I love, like a Onewheel, like Evolve, like a La Croix, like a bike, like a AUC, and all the companies all said, all of them, if you write for us, you can just post things from us. And I say, then I'm not going to lose my freedom because of one board. I can pay for my boards.
But that's what I expect to Mark. Mark said he wants to talk about everything, which is what X. No offense, I can say respect to X-Way, and I know this from Mark because I've had. He can Mark has said he can talk about anything, and Mark said that to me.
Yeah,
So
he can tell you. I respect Amar, but Amar, he cannot speak everything. If you are an ambassador, you cannot speak everything. You can speak a little. You can say, okay, this small point is not good, and this small, but you cannot speak that. You cannot say the motors is shit. You cannot say that. It's like that is like idea. You cannot say that. That is like don't work, my friend. You can tell me everything. I understand Amar. I love Amar. But I know that ambassador. That is the guy is going to give you boards. They're going to give you stuff. If you start to, it's like we're not going too much far. We just go to J Boston. J Boston, you don't have nothing else from X-Way.
And do you know what I think I'm going to say about Jay? Because Jay has been supportive to me and a lot of the community for a long time. And it's disappointing because Jay has done a lot for the community in regards to reviewing products. Yes, he may have been sponsored, but he's never been tied to a single brand since he's been doing this. And he's always given a fair review with everything he's done. And I think it's disappointing to see Jay has been thrown under the bus when he didn't need to be. And for example, whatever Evolve have done in regards to doing the review, which in the video, which I will always say should be taken down, he was not part of that. And Jay has always been fair with his products. The video is shit, is crap anyway. The X-Way versus Evolve event. However, it is giving X-Way publicity to make the Atlas. So it's irrelevant. I think whatever, if you said I was ambassador, say you was ambassador, what people respect is unbiased reviews on products every time, because you have worked to make the money to pay for that product and no one has helped you. I tell you now, I'll be honest, I have to be honest, my LaCroix Supersport is the third LaCroix I have bought. I spent more than £10,000 on LaCroix products and I got £100 discount. That's all I have ever received from LaCroix. So I tell you now, when I tell you something's good or bad, I have paid for it. My money.
Yeah, but that's the problem, my friend. But lots of persons who represent the companies, they have to be. Look, I speak with Jay Boston. I don't have nothing. I think he's the people don't. This is a different. That's what we talk in the beginning. That is different. The groups rides and everything. They can kill you very fast.
They can, which is disappointing. It really is.
Yeah, but that is the problem. That is the problem. That is the problem from J Boston. No, from the J Boston. I think in the beginning, J Boston say one thing, he make it wrong. He say, I don't need to. I just say, I'm sorry, and if you like my channel, you can stick it. If you don't like it, go away. And sometimes the way you talk, your words can be not so good.
All that happened really quickly. That's difficult.
And they involve use him. They involve use him. That was a smart thing from involve. They use Jason. Jason don't make that. I think I believe him. I think he don't make that to destroy the company X-Way, but he paid the price because involve till today the video is there. You understand?
The video exactly. I don't understand why it's there. Honestly don't understand why it's there.
Because Matt, the guy who controls today the communication from Involve, is interested in you and nobody. He's just interested in doing his work for Involve. That's his way.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. It really, to be honest, the whole situation should have gone by now. It really should have. But the problem is it won't go until
No, it's not going.
all the
It's
countries
not.
have one.
It's not going to go because X-Way now has a new board, and everybody start to talk again about
The
the
thing
thing.
is, though, about the X-Way, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I have to be unbiased, which I have always been, is with the X-Way Atlas, they are very, very clever, and I'll tell you why. Because you can have two in one, so you can have street or AT and different corporations. Now X-Way can have two in four. You can have street, off-road, or four-wheel drive, and you can change that. That's what
Yeah,
X-Way have done well.
yeah, it's okay, but that is the company you have in China. They're not going to give you the service like.
That's the difference. That's
Yeah,
why you pay for an Evolve, because they will sort you out in your country.
yeah.
X-Way are gonna be slower with that.
Hmm.
So that's the interesting thing.
Yeah, that's the. I just want to say something here. That is the unique. Yes, the unique was 12 miles per hour. That is short, but the unique has come out with a year of 2014. That was the time I approached it. That was very new, and 80 miles. That maybe with your weight was 80 miles. With my weight was about 30 miles. And I have to go very, very
That's the
slow.
thing. That's the thing. It's like, for example, that's another reason why I have the Lone Star is because I want to ride a board how I want to ride it, not how far it can go.
Yeah. Let's see what you have here. Everybody's talking
Well,
about
throw
the
some
bus
questions,
board.
yeah, because we've been neglecting the community. Throw some questions.
My friend, they are talking with themselves. So now, for you, my friend, what was the worst moment do you have in all the time of riding?
The
Uh,
worst moment was when I fell off my LaCroix Lone Star. My LaCroix Nazari. When I fell and I was this close to being paralyzed. And I tell you
okay.
this straight. I hit a pothole at 30 miles. I hit a hole at 30 miles an hour and I was wobbling like this. And I knew and I say now, the worst thing I knew is I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to fall. And I fell at 30 miles an hour and I fell flat on my back and I was paralyzed. And I tell everyone who's watching now, seriously, couldn't stand up for 2-3 weeks. You respect these boards more. And Nelson, you respect this even more. Like, you don't realize the power on what you're riding. You can look at the X-Ways and the Evolves or boosters, whatever you want. They're fun. They're good.
Mhm.
And you can hurt yourself. You can break arms. I could have lost my legs
Yeah.
if I fell badly on my LaCroix. So
Yeah.
every single time I get on a board that does 25 miles an hour faster, I wear elbow pads, shoulder pads, back pad, helmet, pelvis things, because you can tell everyone in the stream, in a click you can lose everything. You have to respect what you're riding.
Oh, Billy, I did watch the video. Is your channel name to same of your name? No,
Oh, just
Billy.
talking. They're talking.
Yeah, they're just talking about his channel. Then the best moment you have, my friend. What was the best moment you have,
The best moment I ever
or one
had,
of the best moments?
one of the best moments, was when I was riding in Newton Haven, which is this crappy seaside town in the UK, where it was just I had been out drinking
Hmm.
all night and I had a really horrible hangover and I was really like, ooh, I'm not feeling well. And I woke up in 5 o'clock in the morning and everyone I was with was asleep. And I took my Evolve GTR and I went for a ride along this perfectly smooth beach. And I felt really awful. And I rode my board and I feel like this is why I ride, because I felt awful and I went for a ride and it was just magic. Headphones in, you listen to music, and I was in my happy place. I tell you one thing, everyone who's watching, is if you ride your board and you forget to listen to your music and you enjoy the ride, you need to go back and remind yourself why you're riding. Forget about politics, forget about who's riding the best board. Go for a ride and you remember how much you love it.
Yeah, do you see here? You have here one person that say everything. That is one of the things. I don't think that Amar could not speak about other boards too. That is another thing.
I'm going to talk about Amar, right? Amar
Not
is a
Amar.
very no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no, but that's directed at him. But Amar is a very passionate person. He loves his balls. Whatever he's riding, he is committed to. And I think you need to be fair about what you're doing. Unfortunately, as soon as you become an ambassador about a brand,
you work for this
you
company.
lose. Yeah, you work for the company. You do, you know. And the thing is, you are passionate about that board and you're passionate about that brand, and you shouldn't feel that one thing is better than another. It's a
Uh,
different ride.
and I ride it, Anton. I ride it when I see his board. I say that the Involve lose a fantastic ambassador because Amar was a crazy guy for Involve,
He
and
was, and he was
yes,
passionate about. But things
yeah,
like I get an example where me and Amar was at a good night, Shaz, take care.
hmm
When me and Amar was at an event and
hmm
we were talking to Jeff about his board. I was saying to Jeff at the time, I like this, I don't like this. You have to be fair about a product. You have to say, this is good, this needs to be improved. You can't, for example, the X Atlas is a great board. It really is. However, it's been reviewed by ambassadors. When I looked at the Evolve GTR, I didn't think this is good until someone who wasn't an ambassador wrote it and said this was good because they are inspired to make it good.
yeah. But you have to think like this. Like I know that, and you're going to see in the next months lots of ambassadors from Involve. They're going to go out have as ambassadors. It's going to come the new generation, and Involve. They're going to put them all out. You're seeing Samu is not anymore with the Involve.
Samo is an amazing rider.
Yeah, but it's not
He
anymore
really,
in Evolve.
do you
And
know
he
what?
was
I didn't know that. I was wrong. I
yeah,
didn't know that.
he's out of the Involve, my friend. You don't have nothing to do with Involve anymore.
The thing is about Samo, I'd be surprised. I don't know, so this is just a guess.
hmm
I'd be surprised to see if he's saying anything negative about Evolve because he's the one.
No,
What
he's not.
wasn't it? I'm going to grab this. Was it Thomas? Would you like to change anything about each of your boards? Um, let's go back each board. So the XR, I think the 13S would be a bit better for the Onewheel. The Evolve, I don't think you could change anything to make. Actually, no, wait, I'm wrong.
Of course, you can change.
The motor controller could be better,
Yeah,
more stronger,
but
and the motors.
there is motors. There is motors.
The motors could be better.
The
The
motors.
motors and motor control could be better.
The motors they go to hot very fast.
They
I
do
think
get really
for
hot.
with the GT carbon, the motors you can go. They never go high.
But
Hot.
that's because they don't have the heat threshold. An example, for example, I had the DTX, and I used to live in a very hill-based place. This is very hilly, so I used to ride it up and ride it down, and I never had problems because they didn't have the heat sinks. My question to you is: are they better, or they don't have the heat? Concerns. For example, can you ride your GTX and not tell you when it's hot, or could you ride your DTR and it will tell you when it's hot? Is
Yeah,
that the
but
difference?
I'm going to tell you like this, my friend. With my GT, I was faster than with my GTR.
Everyone
And
says that, and that's a fair point.
yeah,
Everyone says the GT is better than the GTR.
I have 6 involved. I can tell you, I never change a motor for my GTs on my GT Carbo, on my GT, on my GTX, and for the GTRs, I 5 now, 5 motors. And if I go off road in 2 minutes, they're going to make for the you have the
Overheating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and is going to send you back. They're not going to let you go faster. That is Michael from Stuttgart, Germany, is telling, I like Thomas custom board.
I
Nice
love this
work.
board, and
That
that's
is
the
the
only reason why I have this board still.
that
Is
is
because,
a big fan. That is a big fan
do you know
from
what? Let's bring it
Involve.
up. Let's bring it over just for fun. This board has you read this board, so let's bring it over. This is my custom board. Oh, it's extremely heavy, so I've only got so much. But this is very special because not alone is it hydro dipped, but every single one of these things are done by hands. This was, and I tell you one thing about carve. I ride with my family on my board all day, every day. And Nelson, you remember when you had your accident? I rode with
Yeah,
a Portuguese flag,
yeah,
represent
yeah.
my
That-
community.
so that is Michael is from Germany. Is he loves Involve too.
Do you know what? If it wasn't for Evolve, then there'll be less riders out there.
Of
That's what it
course.
comes down to. And that's the most important thing.
No, we don't have to talk shit. I tell you, some things I don't like, but that don't means I don't like it. And I understand sometimes I'm a very big guy, and of course, it's going to be you. I have 120 kilos, and you have maybe 85, 80 kilos. I don't know, and that is a big difference for the motors.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that is wrong, my friend. So, my friend, let's go to the. We are close to 4 hours here, my friend.
Let's finish
Woo!
this up. It's a
Yeah,
record. Yeah. I,
yeah. I just want to go to the last questions. Then we
mhm.
can say,
We'll do a 5 round. Let's throw them out.
yeah,
Next question.
I'm going to ask you like this. First of all, I want to ask your opinion. There is a board that never came out. Do you think it's going to come out? Is the speed board?
I really hope it does. And the reason why is because anytime someone makes something that's different, that's already out, is a good thing because it gives you, me, and everyone a chance to try something different. I really hope Speedboard comes out. I don't think it will, but I
I
really
don't.
hope it does. I really hope it does because it gives us another community to help push our sport forward.
I think too. Then I am going to have. Do you try it? AUC.
I've tried
Oh,
EUC, but I can't say I've given it a chance enough to say it's fair. I think EUC is the best form of PEV, but I need to apply myself more. It's the only thing I haven't done. It's the only thing I haven't got right now. So one day EUC will be the way to go.
yeah, I'm going to send you my. Then you can train it.
It's
Yeah, my friend, I have it there. I'm going to have the other one. I don't need it anymore. I just want to say here from Michel, he write it right now. I think Involve is a good for carving in the city. Of
the
course,
best carving board out there, in my
carving
opinion.
is because of the king pings. That is a,
Double clipping, yeah.
but that yeah, but that is not something from Involve. That is from other person. No? That is not made from. But is a fantastic thing. So and then I go to the last ones. That is like this, my friend. What do you, the Tom, like to happen this year for you and the community?
What I want this year is an opportunity to ride with a collection of people to share the love of what I love to do with more people. And it's a very simple thing. If I can ride with one person this year and share the passion of a ride, then that's enough. But I think we've got a really big opportunity to ride with more people who share this passion with what we do. We've got opportunity for some big rides this year. You know, we have all been owed 1 year where we can ride with. We've been lucky because, well, lucky because there's a year of innovation that's happened where we've got ESCs that can handle bigger batteries. We've got bigger scooters, bigger UCs, bigger skateboards, bigger e-bikes. So I'm telling you, the next real group ride, not group ride as in like going down meet other people, but
Hmm.
big group ride, we're going to be seeing some absolute rockets. Just the one thing I'm going to throw back in here. So, what's the biggest? What's that one you saw? Which was the biggest biggest speed I've ever ridden? I've ridden at 38 miles an hour, and then my butthole went from this to this, and I was like, "That's enough." But especially because about 3-4 weeks later, I fell at some crazy speed. The fastest speed I ever hit is 37 miles an hour, and that was at Birmingham. To be fair, I'm probably hitting higher than that. Not much, but a little bit. But I think the mentality is how quick I've gone is not the mentality. Anyone could go quick in a straight line. Give me a track, and I would say you're the best rider out there. Who can ride a track the fastest is the best rider.
So my maximal speed was 71 kilometers per hour. I don't know how many miles is that.
Put the comment section. Let someone answer that question.
But I can tell you, I lose the control, and when I lose the control, the back side of the board start to, and I stop it. My 2 balls, I think I leave it in the back because I stop it. And the guy said, "Hey, Nelson, you do fantastic. You control the board like amazing." And I say, I control it. I don't control it. Nothing. That was alone.
Lucky.
I just open my arms and I say, stop,
Exactly.
and stop it. And I say, that is a very nice speed, but I'm never going to go faster again.
I think example, it's the same thing that goes down to wearing a helmet. It's never about you. It's not about you. It's about your partner, your children, your family.
Mm-hmm.
If you do some stupid speed on your board, it's not about you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I tell you, if someone could tell me how fast you go in a straight line, that's great. But if you can tell me you've won a contest, you've won a race, because you're the fastest, then you deserve to say I'm the best, not because you can hold down the trigger, because you can race faster.
Okay, my friend, that was a fantastic interview. That was 4 hours of interview.
I knew this could be a long one. Do you want to fire through any questions that we've missed just quickly, and then we'll
yeah. You can cook it. You can do it. You can see it. But I think there is lots of conversations here in the middle. Okay. We're going to see it in the beginning. We answer everything, and
let's do it really, really, really quickly, just so everyone's got their answers.
Are you seeing rolling? Tom, what is that? Is Tom?
I have been, yes.
Yeah. That is an old one. I think they were speaking more with each others. Mm-hmm. And let's see the one.
That's fine. Just give everyone a chance.
Yeah, but wait. I'm not the end. I have no many.
No. It's a rush.
Yeah, I think that was talking with themselves. Okay. There is another person he put here. Let me see what he write it here. Nelson, make me happy. Bye.
All crazy. That doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense. Nelson makes me happy.
Even me.
Bye. All crazy. I don't know what he means. Okay, that Mike, Michelle, you have to tell me then later.
Quickly, yeah.
That's 77. Yeah, that is very crazy too. And okay. And if we're going to do it, and then great interview. Thank you. Okay. First of all, I just want to say I'm going to leave the last words for my friend Tom, but I'm going to say, guys, thank you for coming. That was a fantastic interview with Tom. I think we have more questions. We have more to speak, but we're going to leave for the next one because then we're going to take hours. We're going to take hours here, and we have to sleep. But I want to thank everybody who came to the live. The guys who are going to see later the interview. Please support the Tom. Go to his YouTube channel. Go to his Instagram. Go to is Facebook. Help us. We are YouTubers. We don't make money, but that is very good for us. I'm going to leave all the links from him there. If you have the chance, subscribe to my channel too. That is going to help the two of us a lot. We make lots of content for you guys. We try to create always positive energy for everybody. And I want to thank you. Saturday, please come. We're going to have the Baja board, the CAO Alexandro, to show the new board, the X2. And Tom, like always, I'm going to leave you the last words you want to say to the persons who come to visit you today. I'm going to leave for you, and then we're going to go out.
Okay, so the last thing I'd like to say is just anyone who's watching, remember always why you got into this, or if you're curious about this, because at the end of the day, why do you ride? Ask yourself that every time. Why do I ride? Because of the peace and the relaxing and the community that I get from this. So every time, remember why you ride. Politics will grow with everything that we create. However, remember every single time that we ride because we love to ride. So always remember that.
Yeah, my friend. So, guys, have a good night. Thank you very much. That was very special. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Cassie,
Always a
to
pleasure.
stand up. And thank you to the, what's the name of your new friend?
My new friend.
The rabbit.
Oh, Lola.
Lola.
She's been down here the whole time. Oh, there she goes.
I'll say, end of the interview. I'm going to sleep. Bye.
Okay.
So, my friends, thank you very much. That was fantastic with you guys, and to support Tom. And we're going to go out of the life now.